past upon your heart. Turning every little moment into scars. Baby, it's our chance to make a start, so we can fly. Let the silhouette cast upon your heart. Turning every little moment into scars. Baby, it's our chance to make a start, so we can fly.
Welcome on this lovely Saturday. Poor K Tool's camera is currently getting fixed. But how are you today, Mr. Alex Kotula?
Well, you see, Mr. Coop, I wasn't even planning on being here, I'm not gonna lie. I was just sitting there having my, having my oatmeal, having my, little vanilla pudding, trying to be an old man.
God, you're old.
And,
Those are such old people
no, no,
meals.
no, no, not really, not really, not really. Um, but yeah, no, I wasn't even planning on being here, but then I felt so bad that you had to do some of this solo, so I'm like, "Ah, fine, I'll do it since apparently you won't cast for my own
All right.
league, so it's fine.
All
I'll
right.
come cast with you. I No matter what, I'm gonna end up casting with you. I just wanna be on the mic with you because it's so much fun here, and what better time to do it than with the major here in Premiere, and, obviously, we got, a decent, schedule in front of us with these teams trying to figure out if they can or if they can't actually qualify for LAN, which is coming up way too soon, I will say.
Yeah, is what, less than a month or like at a month now or so, but
Yeah,
it will
February 28th.
creep up pretty quickly. But the bracket we have is kind of weird. So just looking at what we've got, we had a couple miracle run. Well, not necessarily miracle runs, but outlaws coming in, starting at the 10 seed. Excuse me, for the overall standings, coming into the group stage, beating all but one of their opponents. I don't think they beat. I forget who they lost to, but they beat three of them and came out as the one spot. So they literally went from the bottom of the bracket to the very top of their group. And same with, well, not necessarily the same setup as Inferno, but the 6 seed coming in and not even dropping a match against their group opponents. But the one that we have for you guys today in this first slot is the Brainerd Victory versus the lovely Bemidji Lumberjacks. Kind of an interesting third and fourth spot, actually, because they kind of got knocked out by these lower seeds, but we'll see how she goes.
Yeah, it was one of those things trying to figure out, looking, at like the standings, looking at the bracket, it's trying to figure out who do we think is actually going to take this one. And I don't want to say it comes down to, can you just win on the day? But obviously there's so many points here on the line. And like you mentioned, we got some crazy runs from like the Outlaws. Who knows? You just got to win one best of 7. Maybe they can knock out the Knights, but we'll be dealing with that later. Right now, it's the Victory versus Bemidji. Winner of that will play the winner of Knights and Outlaws. But again, we'll get to that later. But if I'm looking at this one, I mean, on paper, it is such a ridiculously close match, trying to figure out who's going to have an advantage on this one. I'm kind of curious from your perspective. Do you think either team is going to be dominant? Is it going to be a close game 7? I mean, what predictions are we thinking here?
I think it's going to be close. Again, this is a weird matchup because these two teams have already clinched at least top 8. So theoretically, it doesn't really matter from their points of views who wins. But if you're a team that's trying to qualify, you really hate that 2 land clinchers have gone up against each other, because that just means one of them is going to get points and your run's going to be harder.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's how group stages go. I'm going to say, I mean, I gotta rate my boy Whitlock here. He, I mean, he's simply goated. I'm gonna say victory in 6.
I don't want to say that was exactly what I was going to say, but I mean, this man just doesn't seem to lose. He makes every single grand finals. I was in a call with him the other day, and he's just like, I haven't not made the grand finals in the last like 7 events that I've played in. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous.
He's pretty goated.
He's pretty dang good at the game, and I do think there's a good chance they're going to be doing the same thing here. But I agree. I think it is going to be a victory. I hope that we can go 7, because again, for content, I wouldn't mind it. But yeah, I do think this is going to be fun. And again, starting with Premiere, it's always fun to get some high S tier quality gameplay.
I agree. Kind of a weird timing as well. We pushed these games up a little bit to give teams some more time after, since we don't really do too much beforehand. But these are getting pushed up from 3 p.m. to now. Barring any crazy kind of, whatever happens with servers or whatever with this update, it should end around
or anything.
Should end around 5:30 ish tops probably. So, but off the rip here. Bemidji trying to get some pressure here early. Almost puts one on target. Sent back in the corner by Kixby. Kixby and haha boo though. I hate that I laughed as I read that name. Kixby and haha boo getting a pinch off the wall, but Boo just getting that last touch, sending it right into the victory net. 1-0 Lumberjacks.
Yeah, obviously not the touch that Kixby was looking for. And you can see, I think he thought that he maybe had 5 or 10 more boosts just to try to reach that pinch. Didn't quite get the touch he was looking for. So early start here for the Lumberjacks as we see a triple commit coming from them. I don't think the victory are going to be able to get the counter, which they cannot. Whitlock as third man doesn't have any boost to work with. Is going to go for the shot. And that's actually just placement, Peter. And I don't understand the defense of Lumberjacks. Both of them just sitting in the net, just waiting.
Yeah, this is just strange. I mean, that's a fantastic shot by Wit, but you got to wonder why no one was even on that to begin with. But kind of an awkward game one here. Peep the clock.
I said that this is Premier. This is, the peak S tier gameplay. The first 40 seconds is not exactly been exactly what I'm looking for.
Right.
And guys, this is the peak best of the best, cream of the crop. And I don't know how I'm feeling right now. That is actually such a good touch from Kixby getting to the wall to get that quick touch. And all right, we have 3 goals in the last 20 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, usually these upper seed games will either be, I mean, sometimes you get some outliers, but usually they're pretty high scoring. Just because these teams are obviously very good in the offensive half, but you got to wonder how okay. I was going to say how they are going to keep this trend up with the goals, but I guess they don't really seem to be having any issues as Swish pops one top bins, tying it up 2-2 here for Bemidji.
This has been a very unique start. Like you said, tying it up for Bemidji. I'm trying to figure out a grasp on this one, and honestly, I think it's straight up nerves. I think this is game 1 nerves. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be kind of piss poor gameplay for the first maybe game and a half here. But as we know throughout so many seasons of this, people lock in later and later in the series, and I do think that is exactly what to expect here in this situation. So, but with that, I mean, still, just the fact that whoever does win game 1 can just get a win under their belt just to kind of get some momentum rolling here is going to be huge, especially with how nervous it seems both teams are right now.
I will say I do have the match results page pulled up on my other monitor, so as those come in, I will keep you all updated. But Kixby trying to get a pass off, sent back with nice little double tap coming out, but Bubbly putting it back into the offensive half, Swish with his own double tap. Team showing up with the mechs here. Haha Boo off the ceiling down to Trickster. Shot will be wide right. Whitlock. They're in an upfield. Can he get another? The Boo is there for the touch. Bubbly with an unfortunate read. Swish pops it right over him. Kixby able
That's
to get
such a good touch from Kixby there.
That is a nasty angle.
Does drop down to Swish. Whitlock a little bit awkward here. Has to take a 50 with haha. Does drop mid. Kixby not opting to turn. Goes for the corner boost. Whitlock on his own. No boost to work with here. Kixby going to be a little awkward. Not sure if he's going to get the clear in time, which he cannot. Has to call in Bubbly Reaper. Not enough boost to get there. Haha going for a solo play. Trickster is waiting mid. Trying to maybe take a 50. He does it himself, though. Haha with the solo play. And that, man, you can tell is starting to lock in.
Yeah, like a blind man reading. He is feeling it, Alex. That is one hell of a play here. Putting it top bins once again for Bemidji here. That's just a peak play. You get it past 2, get the reset, popped over the 3rd. It doesn't really get much better than that here, making a statement in game 1. But Whitlock puts it midfield. Trickster there for the save. And yeah, Victory is going to need to up their offense here a little bit more as we move into the mid game, I feel.
Yeah, you can definitely tell game 1 boost management struggling just a little bit here for the Victory. Lumberjacks have done a good job making sure they have resources 24/7. Whitlock now going to get it beat up by 1. Kixby has to turn. Switch looking for the 50. It does go mid. Free shot. Good save from Bubbly. Trying to buy a little bit of time. Kixby is there. Whitlock off the sideball. This should be a counterattack potential. Kixby trying to go for a solo play of his own, though, but doesn't quite have enough resources here. Whitlock on 0 as well. Has to back off. You can see here back and forth gameplay. Haha trying to do the same thing, going for another solo play, but that one gets shut down. And after a crazy first minute and a half of gameplay of putting up 4 goals, it's slowing down a lot. You can tell, like I mentioned, people are coming into their own. They're being a lot more careful. And again, gameplay is ramping up and up.
Yeah, we'll see if the defenses can hold for the next minute and a half. As Bubbly with a 50 with Haha Boo into the corner. Kixby with a very fortunate demo respawn. Able to get a clear up to Whitlock. Gonna get it over to Kixby to swish there. Kixby off the sidewall though. Boo, he'll dazzle you. Gets one, gets two, cannot get the reset, and Bubbly will clear it upfield. Swish with a touch off the sidewall. Is anyone there for the follow-up? Whitlock will put it off to the side. Now Bubbly banging it up. Whitlock can't reach the ball. Swish just turning, guys, all the time in the world. Kixby finally challenges. Haha Boo off the corner. No one's there, and almost a little open-end opportunity for Bemidji. But 1 minute left. They got to find something if they want to equalize this game.
Does drop down here. Haha's going to get beat up by 1. That's a great touch from Kixby, but again, has to slow it down for the boost here. Whitlock can't turn on that situation. 30 seconds left. Can we see a solo play potential here? Not a great pass mid. This is dangerous. Bubbly just has to make a diving touch here. Swish now, trying to find this one mid. Beats out 1. Haha, can he tap in? What a save from Bubbly. Again, back-to-back diving save. Somehow they are surviving on defense, but they need to go offensively quickly with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, they are making some pretty nasty plays on the defensive end, but it's, a little bit too late to be, grinding out those, because the more you do it, the less clock you have on offense. But XB, off the demo from Wit, puts it slightly left. Is with
that was open.
Follow, it was open.
Angle.
And Lumberjacks will be taking game 1 here.
Haha Boo going to be the MVP of that game. And yeah, definitely getting that crazy solo play as he drops 2 goals on the victory. But I will say, though, Victory only getting 2 shots the entire game, which was in the first 30 seconds. They ended up getting both of their goals, but it was not a super pretty game from Victory. Again, the biggest thing comes down to me for the boost management. How many times did we mention Whitlock trying to go for this one but no boost? Bubbly with 20 boosts, diving save. Kixby doesn't have enough boost, has to wait. You can tell Lumberjacks, they did a really good job of starving the Victory and making sure they had the resources to go for those follow-ups, to go for those crazy 50s, and for Haha's case, to go for the nasty solo play.
Yeah, I mean, Haha had that ridiculous pinch off the sidewall and then the nasty solo play. Just an overall, well-played game from him. I do think that Brainerd, I think one thing contributing to their egregious loss, of any boost, is their plays. I haven't really been seeing many passing plays, none that really succeeded anyway. It's mainly just a lot of the air dribble attempts and things, which destroy your boost meter.
Yeah,
and then
it's one of
Bemidji
the
just kind of puts it into their own side again, and then you just kind of have to play D with no boost, and then you start conceding goals.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we do lock into game 2 here, how much aggression and boost we can see coming out from the Brainerd Victory. But again, game 1 down. The nice thing is this is in fact a best of 7, no longer regular season, right? It is just the major and LAN. So, but you mentioned earlier that both these teams are sitting pretty happy with where they are in terms of going to LAN. So now it's really about just getting the seeding, getting some points, and then we can figure out maybe 1 or 2 things as far as a team goes before going into that final tournament of the season.
Damn.
And Whitlock's going to be opening the scoring. And apparently the first goals of these games can never be a pretty one.
Yeah, this is pretty similar to how the games on Thursday were going too, actually. Friday was kind of weird because it ended up being streamed on a different account, but Thursday's games were all extremely, I don't think we went maybe 2 series without a goal being
scored.
Oh my god! Without a goal being scored in 30 seconds, but Haha Boo. I think that was
Clinton Dix over here.
But Bubbly Reaper over to Kixby. This is the team plays that I was expecting from Brainerd, and I think they might be watching and taking notes.
That was gorgeous. And again, you look at Haha in net. He's just looking up well,
Nothing
I got 0 chance in that situation. Great opening response here again with the Victory drop in game 1, coming back and getting 2 goals early. But again, we saw this last game, and then we saw quickly that the Lumberjacks tossed 3 unanswered goals. So I'm not really sure how comfortable I am right now. I need to see the next minute of gameplay, but I will say the aggressiveness of the Victory is definitely standing out as a difference from game 1 to game 2.
Swish, popping at midfield for Trickster. Trickster off the side, off of the backboard. Cannot get a double tap. Haha Boo getting 2, but Bubbly Reaper is there for the clear over to Kixby. This is on target, sent into the corner by Trickster. Popping it off the side wall again. Able to get it past 2. Can he get the bounce past Kixby? Unfortunately not. Kixby clearing it upfield. The Bemidji defense looking boostless, and Whitlock unfortunately can't hit the open net angle. Trickster, though, popping it on target. Whitlock shooting it over to the... Wow. Haha Boo right now is just on his game with these pinches and consistency and solo plays, and I think he's an extremely large part of how Bemidji is performing in the series so far, but they still got to find a goal here with a little over half the game left.
Yeah, and a lot of it again is going to come down to the resources here, as we actually see almost the. We both know what we were hoping for here. Is Kixby is going to turn that one in, and out of nothing, Kixby's actually going to get the third goal here, and this is just a clear downfield. Trickster waiting in net basically gets beat by the fake from Bubbly. I don't know if he actually meant to do that. He didn't have a lot of boost here, but Kixby's not going to care as he does turn that one in. And now we've got, again, a 3-0 lead from Victory. And again, they're looking a lot more aggressive from game one. Look at the tie up the series.
Yeah, I can't lie. I'm pretty sure you and I both kind of saw what could have gone wrong. And, honestly, I was really hoping that shit was just going to go straight into their net. But it did not happen. Haha Boo, though, making something happen, putting the Bemidji offense kind of on his back here. But that is a fantastic dime from Swish, as Haha just seems to be on his game here with the shots. But 2:52 left. Bemidji down 2. It is still possible. Kind of a similar game to game one, but in the opposite side, as Whitlock popping it off the backboard. Boo there for the pseudo clear, as Reaper and Trickster a little awkward in the midfield. Boo popping it off the sidewall, looking for 2. Does get the touch. Kixby doesn't get the greatest clear, but Swish not there for the tap. Whitlock looking for a bump on Trickster. Is able to get the save, though. Trickster Boo hands it off to Boo. Corner now, Bubbly Reaper. Trickster intercept. Trickster Whitlock in the midfield, passing it over to Boo with a full tank of boost. We do see a pre-jump here out of Kixby. Boo gets 1 reset, gets 2. Insane car control there, but nothing will result here. And I think Bemidji is starting to rely too much on the solo plays in this one.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that one. It really does seem to be just give the ball to Boo and see if he can do anything. I'm really looking for Swish and Trickster to kind of step up as far as just either making plays, getting, in the face of the victory. It really has been Boo, just like you mentioned, going crazy with the pinches, the solo plays, just trying to make anything happen here.
Trickster looking for Boo seems to be the story for today. Swish off the corner. Trickster out there for the touch. Whitlock is up early. Boo with an insane touch to control the ball here. Gets the carry. Gets killed, because why not? Trickster making Bubbly a little awkward. Bubbly is there for the clear, though. 2 back here for Bemidji. Whitlock needing to jump up high for this touch by Boo. Boo, midfield. This is the team plays I was looking for, but no one goes for it. I think they were leaving it for each other, and comms might have ruined that play.
Yeah, unfortunate situation here. But again, we're seeing low boost on Swish. Could be a chance here. Whitlock trying to pop it over the last defender, but Haha actually leaves that for a second, and Swish was there. I don't understand how that ball didn't end up in the back of the net, but Lumberjacks do not care, but they still find themselves down 2 goals here. Might be giving up a third here as the fake comes through, but Swish in the last second does get a touch. Trickster incredibly awkward as this ball does go to Reaper. Tries to get this one mid, goes for a 50. Whitlock and Kixby both there in an awkward spot here. Now Haha, solo play. Is he going to find it? Can Kixby get back in time? And he can. 30 seconds left for Victory to find their first game win here. And through, again, such a weird game. I'm looking at the actual, shots and everything, and it's super close, but Victory still surviving on just some pure chaos. And again, Haha going for his, it seems to be now his signature shot right now.
I think he's just here. Well, granted, both these teams have qualified for land, so they kind of are here just to have fun. But it really does seem like Boo is just treating this like a nice Sunday drive, like some kind of free play mechie practice. But with 0 left, once this ball hits the ground, Victory will be taking game 2, tying it up 1-1 here. And yeah, I mean, you said it best. This is a very awkward, just weird series here. But we'll see if anything changes.
It is so far. I mean, we got the ridiculous, obviously shot last game with Haha, and then we had a really good one here from Kixby finding a tight top rope angle on the counterattack here. And again, it really, you can tell Kixby and Haha are really kind of setting the tone for their teams here. But Haha so far has been number 1 for me on the field So it'll be interesting looking again kind of at Trickster and even Swish. Obviously, got 6 saves that series, but offensively looking to
That
kind of
is
get Swish and
crazy.
Trickster involved.
Yeah, Swish pulling a little heat assassin moment, those who know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think Bemidji, I mean, I don't know. Like their defense just, I mean, granted, Victory made some, solid team plays, but I feel like most of that stuff is just preventable with like midfield pressure and things. And I did notice as well, like there were like a lot of team bumps on the Lumberjacks end. Especially with like Boo and I think Swish as well. But granted, you're a little stressed out when you got to come back by 2 in the last minute. So we'll see. Now they basically just play a best of 5, which they've been doing all season. So we'll see if anything changes mentally. But um, yeah, 1-1 still anybody's series. Just as a reminder, though, the victor of this, pun intended, will play against the winner of Knights versus Outlaws. And yes, that is a 10 versus 1 seed. Supposed to be in the reverse order, though, but the way that the group stage bracket is, Knights actually finished last in their group as the 1 seed, and or last while still qualifying, and Outlaws literally beat out their group as the 10 seed. So, but we still have to crown a victor for this series in a few games.
Ooh, that one might be awkward for Bubbly, though. Yeah, we'll have to crown a victor, and this one first. There is an order to the chaos here, and first things first, that's going to be Whitlock getting a whiff on this one. Bubbly does get a demo, but he's going to come to fruition here as Kixby. He's going to take this one high, trying to buy time. Gets a great touch downfield. Drops down, does get the mid boost, and is going to go back up for a 50. Dropping it down again. You can see how much he's trying to get going offensively, but for Whitlock and Bubbly, like in that specific situation, they just can't follow up. There's not a clear designated time for them to kind of come in and help either from a pass or a solo play. It's just waiting.
Ahabu doing what he does best, but holy, what an angle. I don't even, like, I didn't see who that was. I think it was Bubbly, but what an angle from the Brainerd player there off the sidewall. Boo, though, who would have thought, going for another air dribble, is able to drop down for Swish. XP. This one gets 2. Able to keep control on this. Swish with 0 boost. Has to leave it for Boo. Pops it off backboard. Gets 1. Trying to get it over. But all 3 Brainerd players are just sitting there patiently waiting for Boo to drop it. Whitlock can't get the bump on Trickster. A little bit of kissing action in the midfield with Trickster. What the? Get a bump. Pool shot into the midfield. Haha Boo going off the sidewall. Wit. Just 1 back here for Bemidji. Trickster popping it off the corner. Kixby there for this pass to Bubbly, who will clang it into the back of the net. And yeah, Brainerd just looking kind of locked of recent with these passing plays midfield.
And again, it's the passing plays. They had the resources here. You could see how quickly Kixby is getting that pass mid. And you see Swish in the back there. No boost, just caught out there. And like you mentioned, Bubby just kind of getting a freebie one. But again, we're seeing the Brainerd Victory waking up more and more, being more and more aggressive. And I'm looking again on the Lumberjack side. It really does just seem to be haha boo right now. And they need to fix that right now before they do drop 1 or 2 more games.
Whitlock getting a nice clear, is sent back in by Bemidji. Kixby, though. 50 with Swish over to the right side. Ball will just kind of float here for a little bit as we do get a 50 out of it. Boo over to Trickster. This is on target. Over to Swish with the intercept. And this is what we like to see from Bemidji. No more of the, the patient, solo play aerial nonsense. Get the pass to mid and let it clank on net.
Yeah, Bubbly's going to be wanting that one back, as you saw a poor clear from him and Swish, as I was just mentioning, trying to get him more involved in the offense. Just there to pick off an easy one. Trying to go for a solo play, does get it mid, but Swish a little bit too far back. Swish up early. Whitlock going to try to be going off the ceiling, does drop straight down. A good touch from Trickster. Again, no boost to work with. And again, haha just trying to cheat downfield. He wants to only be on offense and going for crazy, nutty, mechy things. This man wants to score with every single touch of the ball.
Bro, I mean, I have to rate it. I love seeing it. You lose your last game, in you know, not necessarily super close game, but and then like the next game you're cherry picking. I like to see it. I like the attitude. We'll see if it ends up paying off for him. But Boo, a little bit of time and some boost. It past 1, past 2. Is anybody mid to receive this? Kixby with a 50 into the corner. Swish now taking over awkwardly. Boo passing it over to Trickster. Trickster doesn't. Oh, he does get it popped over Whitlock. Kixby. Oh my God. Boo with the dunk right under. Was that Kixby? It was.
That was
right
Kixby.
underneath Kixby.
That is a ridiculous read. So many people try to go high, assuming he's gonna pop that high. And Bigsby, he just got like 3D chess right there. That was a ridiculous read. And suddenly, again, we might be seeing a third goal go in here, but Bubbly Reaper is back. We're seeing Lumberjacks now. I thought they were kind of down and out and just out of the nothing. We see Swish getting one and Boo getting another one. They're suddenly finding themselves in the lead. A minute left here. Swish trying to pop this one mid. Does go to Trickster, who just lobs this one downfield. Trickster, no boost to work with, and that was actually a little bit scary here.
God.
And yeah, victory. I'm starting to panic a little bit.
That was a play on the defensive end. Luckily, no one was midfield, or that would have been the most charitable goal I've seen in Prem this season, I think. But yeah, little over half a minute left in regulation here. Kixby just trying to kill the clock here with some solo play action. Cannot get the bump on Boo, but it is now a little bit of awkward defense here for Brainerd. Bubbly is there for the clear. Swish intercepting. Looking to carry it over. Gets it under 1. Pops it to the right. Whitlock off the wall. It's one under Boo. Boo is there for a slight touch, and that will be
1v1-0
all
boost.
he needs. Swish with a clanger of a flick, but it doesn't matter because the bump gives Trickster the freest of nets. This is, I mean, it worked out. Oh yeah, I don't even know if the bump mattered. I think Kixby just got an unfortunate angle.
Yeah, I think it was just a little scuffed either way. But regardless, we are going to see the Lumberjacks taking this game. So now we've seen back and forth again. The Lumberjacks going to be going up 2-1 in this series. And again, I'm kind of going back to, it does seem to be all the offense seems to just be going through Haha Boo. Obviously, that time we did see finally Swish and Trickster get going here. But I'm still looking to try to see what exactly is the game plan and is it sustainable?
I'm just trying to see if this ball is going to touch the ground. This thing,
Sure.
that was like probably 20 seconds. But yeah, Bemidji bringing it 2-1 here. Yeah, I mean, those first 2 games, and there were also a lot of just kind of like, I don't want to say no effort goals, but, you know, there were a couple freebies in there, but and those kind of got washed out in this last game. But we'll see if Brainerd, I don't know if a timeout or anything is in order, but just as a reminder, these teams do have 1 minute timeout, I believe, that they can use if they so wish. I know we used a bunch on the Rising Star games. I think every series used one, but we'll see if anyone in Prem likes to use them. But yeah, I mean, I think victories.
No.
This,
Just
yeah,
calling it
I
right
mean,
now.
yeah. If there's anything you and I have experienced about upper level timeouts, they they don't really exist. But, I mean, yeah. Brainerd can easily bring it back. There's some couple of things they got to lock down on the defensive end, but still anybody's game here. 2-1.
2-1 as we do go into game 4 here. I'm trying to figure out, I mean, genuinely, you know, if obviously the Lumberjacks just coming off of that last game win, if they do have the momentum here going into this game 4. And I'm honestly gonna say no. I actually do think that the Victory are going to come back. They're going to be a little more aggressive. You can see they're doing more, trying to limit the solo plays from Haha. Just, I don't want to say trying to basically call out Swish and Trickster, but saying, hey, let's have these two try to beat us. And if you get beat by them, you know, GG's. But just switching up the play style to force certain players to kind of just ask them or demand them to do more on the pitch.
All right.
Because Haha is just, don't let them have the ball, all right? That's my advice.
I do want to point out, this is like, I mean, it worked. Doing this, though, is hella dangerous. The, like, triple commit, like, Blue Angel moment from Bemidji. But it will work in their favor here again, like you said, it is impossible for this series to have a game where there is not a goal in like the first minute or so. But Brainerd here, Bubbly Reaper, off of a little, I want to say like a little defensive mishap. Yeah, a little 50 off the ceiling. Fantastic placement, top ends. No one on Bemidji able to reach it. And we are basically 0-0 here with just 30 seconds left of game time.
30 seconds in. And like you mentioned, they love to score quickly. This happens every single game. We'll get 1 or 2 goals in the first 30 seconds. No one will score for the next 2 minutes. And then we'll get more goals towards the end. That's just how it works for whatever reason. So we can just kind of chill for the next, 2 minutes.
Yeah, we don't really have to do much of anything here. Kixby, though, not able to get the clear that he wants, getting much of anything. Whitlock, swish there for the intercept. Kind of leaves a 50 with Reaper. Boo, though, we know what he's going to do. Gets it over 1. Whitlock is there for the clear. Only 1 home for Bemidji. Swish up early. Cancel out any pressure, though. Kixby playing a game of ping pong as well. Boo, going to be looking for a psycho. I'll have to put it to the corner anyway. Reaper off the backboard. No follow-up here from Brainerd. Swish gets it under 1. Can they get a shot on target? They will not. Trickster over to Boo. Get the unfortunate double whiff here. Trickster up early. We're just playing a game of, I don't think the ball has touched the ground in a while. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. It does work out for them. That was, it was closer than it should have been.
Yeah, it's a little scuff, but again, it goes in. And hey, they'll take it. You know what? Doesn't matter. Sometimes you don't expect the backboard whip to come through, and it's just kind of hard mentally to get over that hurdle. You just always expect the defense to miss. The one time you don't expect it, when it happens, just like that situation. But regardless, we do see for more and more games that the victories seem to always take the lead, and then the Lumberjacks come back late to steal it away like they did actually both of their wins, to be honest. We'll see if they can do that again here. But if we do see Victory take this game, we will be tied up in the series. Right now, though, it's massive game. If the Lumberjacks win this, they find themselves on triple match points.
Yeah, Swish trying to get a reset double, does not connect. Trickster off the sidewall. I'm not really sure if these solo plays are the move here for Bemidji, only because you drain a lot of the clock when you go for them. But Trickster, you got to know Boo's cherry picking this one. Will opt to try to cut off Kixby. Swish, though, able to get a touch into the corner. Boo gets 1, can't stick to the wall really, but does get the chip pass off the backboard. Whitlock, though, able to clear it out. Swish, this is on target. One will have to go, and it is Bubbly into the midfield now. Bubbly popping up. Kixby looking for a touch. The bump on Trickster makes it easier than it needed to be. Kixby popping it midfield. Swish there for the clear. And we have Brainerd keeping up that offensive pressure here. Bemidji needs to find one in a little under 2 minutes here.
Pop does go Whitlock's way, trying to go for a double cap. Can he find it? And what a save from Trickster, but Bubbly does get the freebie tap, and Whitlock trying to go for the solo plays. And it just seemed to be a lot of chaos there in the goal line. Kixby up, Whitlock up, Swift was up, Trickster was up. Bubbly Reaper does get the tap in. The victory now, getting a 2-goal lead with 1:50 left. The question is, can they hold on to this one and tie up the series 2 apiece?
Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. This will be a great addition to what I'm about to say, but the freebie goals in this game are just kind of unfortunate on the defensive end of who is receiving them. But yeah, I mean, it's just a little rough. You send the house for 1 shot, and then you get the save, but then the bad clear just goes right to a different player, and they get the easy shot or a kickoff goal, and it just sucks because otherwise, it would be an extremely close game. But you'll take what you can get here to take some wins. But 1.5 minutes left here. Bemidji has their work cut out for them. Needs 3 goals here. Not an easy feat at all. Trickster, though, gonna get a pass up to Swish. Kixby there for the read. Boo off the sidewall for Trickster. Doesn't get a great touch. Ooh, once again, Trickster getting demoed, though. Only 2 back here for Bemidji. as we have Swish trying to get a pinch off the corner. Interesting 50, just kind of lands right on Kixby's hood. Trickster opting for a pinch off the corner. Whitlock awkward though. Trickster almost gets the shot on target, but Kixby there for the save. Swish Swish just letting it roll off of his hood right underneath Whitlock. And only 2 goals left for Bemidji to bring it back in this series.
I don't know about you, but there's something so satisfying about doing that. I love when you shoot it under someone and they jump over the ball like that. But regardless, 45 seconds left. We do see a little bit of life in the Lumberjacks here, but a lot of work to do here. As Swish doesn't have any boost to work with here. Haha does get a beat on 1. Kixby should handle this nicely, which he does. A little awkward touch mid, though. Trickster trying to pop it over 1. Whitlock and Haha both going for that one. This is now really dangerous. You can see how aggressive Lumberjacks have to be with 30 seconds left, just throwing the house here. If Victory can just get 1 or 2 more big clears, that should be GG with the clock in their favor. Does pop down here, Bubble Reaper. Now pops this one mid. This might be a free goal, and it is. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the ice here in Game 4. And we're going to be going to Game 5 with a tied Series 2 apiece.
And speaking of ice, I am getting a report that Burnsville has 4-0'd the 2-seed Minneapolis, removing them from this bracket here. I say 2-seed. Minneapolis did, unfortunately, take the last qualifying spot of their group in Group B. Inferno, obviously the matchup would mean that they won their group. So they will play the winner once these scores come in of Jungle versus Omaha Buffalo. And yeah, I mean 4-0 in a round one bracket match is pretty clean from Burnsville. But yeah, this game though, bringing it 2-2, close series. That was just kind of an offensive explosion from Brainerd that like Bemidji just couldn't catch up to.
It really looked like they were a lot more on the same page. They were spacing out well, going for some passing plays. But again, they had boost, which was the biggest thing. And they clearly need to have boost in the tank to always challenge Haha on these solo plays, right? Again, force out Trickster to be the one to beat you. Force out Swish to be the one to beat you, right? Just don't let Haha be that mastermind on the ball here. And they did a good job of that. They really made it awkward for him. Haha obviously still getting a goal in the first 3 seconds here because he's just Himothy. But going back to Victory, though, I mean, they really did a good job of just shutting down the Lumberjacks as a whole. And again, we both have them winning in 7, and we're well on our way to hopefully doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted it in 6, but I do like the longer games, so I wouldn't mind 7. My official prediction was 6, so we'll see.
Mine was 7, so
if they just win out these next 2. But yeah, I mean, we expected nothing less. It's a close series. Kind of I mean, we've been saying it all day, kind of a weird series, but yeah, I mean, it is like you said, Brainerd, I think, has awoken, and they are getting, quality possessive touches. It seems like the ball is just glued to their cars when they go to make plays.
And I don't want to say that realistically the series as a whole doesn't actually matter because whoever wins this is going to lose to the Inferno anyways. So I'm just saying.
Apparently. Boo, though. Past midfield. The first touch isn't there. Trickster, though, puts it slightly off the right post. Haha, Boo. Flailing towards the ball. Cannot get a second touch. Trickster with a 50 into the midfield. Bixby now. Challenged by Boo. Gets it over 2. It is only 1 back in Trickster for Bemidji, but he does get the clear. Haha, Boo, though. Bubbly Reaper with 0 boost. Can he catch it? He cannot. And Boo, as he's done the whole day, bringing his team up 1-0 here for Bemidji.
Again, if I was a betting man, the amount of money I would bet on Haha scoring within the first minute of every single game this series,
it's up there.
Impressive. It's so impressive here. As we're going to see him probably going for a solo play. Actually, Swish takes over. Might go for a fake here. Actually gets it up and over 1. Kixby, what a
hell
thing. The thing happened, and we were impressed. But Haha now taking this one. We see Ooh, this might be dangerous, although he doesn't have the boosted resources to get around this one. Whitlock trying not to have it pinch in his own net. We already had that happen earlier in the series here. Probably Reaper in an awkward spot here. Does force it across the goal. Does make it look a little awkward here. Trickster trying to figure out how to avoid the bumps here, which Swish could not. As Probably Reaper on Zero Boost, he is still just up Swish's butt.
Yeah, he's up there sniffing it, but Whitlock, never mind. Swish removes him from contention.
Oh my God.
Trickster demoing Bubbly. We now have a new Call of Duty game, folks. Kixby off the backboard, cannot get the double tap. Bubbly trying to get one on target. It is sent wide by Trickster. Whitlock puts it on target. This is another case, I called it before it even went in, of sending the Horde for one shot, and then you just get kind of an improper clear, and easiest goal NA for Kixby.
That's when you're Kixby and you just go, oh, I mean, I'll take it. But yeah,
that happened.
It does go back to, again, Haha was back in an awkward spot. I don't blame them for both double committing.
No.
It's just unfortunate that the person who did hit it didn't really get a good touch there. And yeah, Kixby is going to get the freebie here. So, but regardless, this Reaper now going to be throwing this one right to Haha. This is the most dangerous situation. Seeing if Kixby can get back. He cannot. Whitlock has to make a diving save on Zero Boost. And again, it goes back to, we need, if you're the victory, you need to have boost to go for these solo plays. To try to defend them, as we see again the double commit that is so dangerous here, but somehow they're gonna make it work out. And again, just Haha, he wants nothing but pure chaos and to go for every single solo play.
Yeah, I mean, it's been working a little bit more here in this game, as Whitlock popping it over to Reaper. Trying to get some team plays going. It has been the story for Brainerd today. Swish, intercepted by Whitlock. Whitlock looking for two. This is on target. A ridiculously quick angle from Whitlock, getting the 1-2 off the ceiling, leaves the Bemidji defense a little weird here.
A little weird is going to be a good term for it. And hey, we got the victory in a 2-1 lead here. We're going to see Swish now. 1v1 solo play, does get it over one. And Trickster is there. That is going to be a triple commit between three different players on the field. Whitlock up to Bubbly. Going to be going off the backboard. Swish is not going to be there. Does get a little awkward touch to the sideball. Whitlock now leaving this one. That was on target. Good diving save from Trickster. But again, no boost going the other way. Reaper in such a tough spot. Trickster does go low. It does flush out to Kixby. Dangerous spot here. Whitlock has to be called into action. And even though Victory earned the lead, they still seem to find themselves on the back foot this entire game.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of oh my gosh, I was expecting a musty out of Swisher. It is one of those kind of strange games where it seems like one team's got a lot of pressure, but they just can't get one to fall. Swish, though, over to Trickster. Is Boo there? He is. We'll see if anyone from Bemidji can get back. Kixby just going to, doesn't get the bump. Boo able to get the clear. It might not matter as they are up a goal, but those are ones you should really put behind the net. Haha, Boo. He'll dazzle you. Gets it past two. Bubbly gets almost his life taken from him to get there, but he does get the save. Kixby kicking it upfield. Trickster with a nice pinch off the sidewall. Is this on target? Top right and out from Bubbly Reaper. Kixby just trying to kill the clock here. 50 with Trickster off the sidewall. Goes for a pre-flip, does not get it. Bubbly puts it on target, and Swish, maybe expecting a demo or something, just has to.
Yeah, you could see Whitlock but just watching his team go for this one. Kixby again, he forces Swish high. There's really not much he can do with Zero Boost. There's nothing you can do in that situation. He's just got left for dead. But Victory now find themselves in a 3-1 lead again with 38 seconds left. Now it's suddenly out of the blue. We're finding now 30 seconds away from them going on double match point here. We'll see if Haha and Co can come back from this one with 20 seconds left. Because again, they got some work to do, and it really does seem that now specifically for the Victory, the fact that they're finding boost and they're not actually playing as much boomer ball, they're staying closer to the ball to not allow these crazy counterattacks and solo plays coming so directly from Haha.
I have noticed that on the, especially the side of Brainerd, what's the pinch? Of Brainerd, is this on? It will fall 4-1 for this game, but when they are really just interacting with the ball in any way, whether they're clearing it or whatever, and they want to make some plays, it does feel like they are capable of just gluing it to the hood of their car.
Yeah,
like
no, they are.
possession just seems to be the name of the game here for victory, and it works. I mean, it's a good way. If you're up, one, you murder the clock because they have to challenge you, and two, you don't hand them the ball, and they're doing it well.
It goes well because you saw when they were booming the ball downfield, Haha was pre-jumping, he was going out, going for crazy pinches, just making sure to throw it right back down their throats. But when you're the victory, you started going for the low 50s. You started to basically say, all right, Haha, come and get it. Like, let's take him out of the game. And like I mentioned earlier, it then forces Swift and Trickster to do a lot more on the ball, and it also buys time for your team to get more resources. So I really like the victory strategy of keeping the ball close and basically just forcing out some 50s, especially from a super aggressive first man in Haha, who clearly is as ridiculous and mechanical as he is. And I swear to God, if he scored again in the first 10 seconds, I was going to lose it.
I mean, we still have another 40 seconds where he can, prove us correct. Place your bets. We might as well get a prediction in chat going at this point. But Bubbly Reaper gets a 50 off the sidewall. Whitlock there for the shot. He's
going to want that one back.
Yeah, he will. That is correct. Off the backboard again. Boo, though, trying to get one within the first minute, as he so loves to do. Whitlock just swish back here, looking a little awkward. Bubbly Reaper puts this one just high. Boo is there for the clear regardless. Boo and Reaper kind of just pop it straight up in the air. Trickster there for a play. Boo tried to get I think that was going to be a redirect on target, but is not able to connect. Swish, popping it off the ceiling. Boo with a shot sent back out by Bubbly Reaper. Whitlock, the Trickster, gets annihilated in the air. Swish now popping it, gets it past one, past two, but they will get the clear here. Kind of this is an egregiously slower game than the last, bunch of this series.
I think a lot of it does come down to the fact that this is now match point, which, as we all know, is the hardest to win. And specifically, I wanted to see it happen here. Unfortunately,
he wanted that
just
back.
had no resources to work with here. Whitlock trying to go for this one. Trickster is going to be up early. He doesn't get the best touchdown, but Haha looking for something. Even whether or not he's facing the right direction, he's still going for this ball, just trying to create chaos.
Yeah, I do want to point out that was some nasty control from Swish in the midfield. Was unable to get a pass. Then, the pass over to Trickster. Probably should have slotted it, but he will not end. Oh no, this is wide. Is anyone from?
Okay, both teams have now missed open nets.
I know. This is a biblically accurate match point. It's Kixby popping it off the sidewall. Boo there for the catch and receive. Will 50 it under the car of Whitlock. Reaper now, 0 boost in a dream over to Kixby, over to Whitlock. Boo there for the read. 2.5 minutes. Not a goal has been scored in this one. This seemed to be breaking our script that we've created here. That should have been another really good opportunity.
I don't know if you noticed, but Haha actually ended up changing from the Octane to the Fennec as well.
I did see that. That may be why he cannot score in a minute. We will see. Maybe that's
yeah, that's it.
That's part of the new update, actually. Whitlock not able to get the touch. Reaper is the only one back. Doesn't get the greatest clear, but unfortunately, Bemidji kind of accidentally clears it out of their own offensive zone. Hixby gets 2. Swish, not the greatest touch, opting for a Boo play off the sidewall. 1.5 minutes almost we are approaching, and still not a goal scored in regulation here.
Now trying to see who's going to have an advantage here as we see Trickster getting a great 50. It does go mid. Bubbly Reaper, this might be a counterattack. The net is wide open, and Whitlock is going to take the freebie. You can see the aggressive third man of the Lumberjacks. Swish just getting beat there, and that one, again, no boost. How many times have we seen Swish as that third man with no boost?
Yeah, that might be, depending on how the rest of the game goes, that could be the dagger. I am getting reports, though. Drum roll, please. The Knights, I didn't even give you an option to give me the drum roll, but the Knights have beaten the Outlaws. The Knights have beaten the Outlaws 4-1. So I believe that will actually remove them from land contention, because I think they are at 9th currently, and the other teams are still in play above them. So they might be gone. I'll update you later, but it is now 2-0 victory, as they so rudely interrupted me while I was explaining the other game. But yeah, this one very quickly slipping out of the hands of Bemidji.
Yeah, Whitlock now going for some solo plays, potentially. Yeah, he got it around 1. And under 2, and then dies for his efforts. Haha, trying to go for the solo play. Gonna be trying to get a reset on 1. Does drop dangerously in the middle of the net here. Kixby trying to get it up and over. Probably just gonna throw this one downfield, which he does. Bubbly Reaper, he was waiting downfield for the touch here, but you can see right now is that it is now time for the victory to just lock it down. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. Lumberjacks, they're gonna throw the house, and you can tell for sure that all the players are gonna be just standing 2 feet in front of the net, which they do the full triple commit on this ball. There was like 5 people going for it. But in the end, the Lumberjacks do take it as Trickster does get the goal. 30 seconds left. Again, they need to win this game to force it to 7.
Yeah, additionally, the Jungle have beaten the Omaha Buffalo 4-3, so they will play the Burnsville Inferno, terrifying team to have to play in the semifinal. Can confirm the top 8 are set for Prem, so every team remaining in this bracket is, I guess, qualified for land contention, but swish. Evening, I don't know what any of this was. But they'll take it. It looked like Bubbly Reaper actually went through the ball on that replay. But 2-2. This is a massive comeback in, I think, under a minute here for Bemidji. Kind of reassuring that they are not out of this yet. Oh, hell. Okay, Boo does not get the solo play. Whitlock, though. It's a psycho midfield. Oh, my God.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Oh, my God.
That's it. Kixby wins it completely for victory. Whitlock with one of the most ridiculous passes to your Kixby, using every ounce of boost. And again, the defense of the Lumberjacks had absolutely nothing in the tank. We were already prepping to go to overtime.
Dude, I was literally alt-tabbed about to look at some other scores that got submitted. And I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, Shig said it best in the game chat, but I will not repeat it here. What a play. Just the simply amazing pass from Wit. Yeah, I'm going to glaze him, whatever. And then just the drain top bins, no boost for Bemidji. And, you know, most importantly, though, we were right. They won 4-2.
And I'm still trying to process the fact that we're not going to overtime.
I know.
My mind is
wild.
still like, oh, we're ready. Yep, you know, time's winding down. And then Whitlock getting one of the most ridiculous center passes. The fact that Kixby needed 27 boosts and had exactly 27 boosts to go for that final ball. What an unbelievable finish here for the first match of the day. There's no better thing that I could ask for our opening match of this Premier Major 2.
Yeah, it was a banger. There's really no other way about it. But with this game concluded, we will go to a break momentarily, but just a quick recap. So obviously this game just occurred, so the Victory will be advancing to their semifinal. They play at 3:30. We have them kind of offset so we can stream one of the round ones and then both of the semis and then grands. So they will play in 2 hours in 1 hour against Green Bay. They beat Outlaws 4-1. And then on the other side, who will be up next, is the Burnsville Inferno, who seem to be on a heater, beating out Minneapolis 4-0 in that round one. And Jungle, on polar opposites, went to 7 against Omaha. So we will see that up next. Do you have anything to close with before we go?
I'm just glad we didn't stream the Inferno Miracles 4.
Yeah,
we had
so
a great match here, and I'm hoping that the fact that Inferno are coming off such a hot streak, and then the Jungle ended up going to 7. We're hopefully on paper going to be in line for another Game 6 or Game 7 as well. But I'm ready for the next one. I think this is a great opening match.
6 or 7?
I'm ready for the next one, and I don't want to hear anything, Coop. Let's go to break. When we come back, we will have our next match on the dock.
Thank you.
That's what everyone sees. Ain't it funny how you wanna be the best, but you can't even get up and get dressed? Wasted, face it, you're never gonna make it. Rockstar, you won't get far. I know you're confused. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be. Wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie, what a time to be alive. How have I survived? Life's a battlefield, 1974. I think I'm going insane. I'm feeling crazy. Can't get it out of my head. Oh no, if the devil inside takes hold, then I just might wind up dead. Wasted, face it, you're never gonna be the one. Rockstar, you won't get far, but at least you had fun. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a lie, they just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battlefield. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie, what a time to be alive. How have I survived? Life's a battlefield, 1974.
Welcome back. Welcome back. A long time no see. We are here once again with the premier Major 2 Week 2 matches. We just witnessed an absolute banger in 6 of a just nasty 0-second play to close out the series from victory.
Yeah, ridiculous series. Again, I still think they're in overtime. We're still waiting for one of them to score, but the victory coming off of a ridiculous series-ending goal here. And now we're looking again to this next game. We're looking to see if the Jungle and Inferno, who's going to be taking this one. And this is going to be interesting. One team coming off of a 4-0 and one coming off of a Game 7. I don't know if that's going to be more or less momentum, or maybe, I don't want to say you might even almost have exhaustion early, but obviously going to 7 is crazy exhausting. So as far as who we think is going to take this one personally, because I know we're already getting this one, I do think that the Jungle bow out here.
Yeah, I don't know. Going to 7 with Omaha is a little weird as the 7 seed. Maybe there's just miscommunications in that game. I don't exactly know. I have to root, or I don't have to. I feel obligated to root for Jungle, though, as my franchise. It feels like a sin to not. So I'm going to say Jungle take it. I know they kind of have off games now and then where they just kind of, poop their jorts, for lack of a better term. So we'll see if they can bring it back in this one. I'm going to say they take it in, I'm going to say 6 again. Jungle in 6.
All right, I like it. I like it. Jungle in 6. You know what? I'm gonna go crazy here. I think it's gonna be another sweep. I think that there's gonna be I think there's gonna be so much momentum coming out here that I think that the Jungle are gonna get swept out of the tournament. I think they're gonna be gone, unfortunately.
Interesting. We do have some interesting names here. We got Wesley Unk maxing. We got Trash Can? Is that even? I want to say that's their first man, but I'm just gonna call him Trash Can because that's what he made his name. But Fusion here, the man, the myth, the legend, flanging it into the net. Wesley unfortunately can't get that save, that clear, and Fusion will punish him for it. So 1-0. Maybe, Fusion might have gotten a little training from Haha Boo here with these early goals in these games. We'll see if he can keep it up. But Fusion,
do it
past. Oh, the fake, the 50, but it's off the post. Wesley Unk maxing in the corner. Angel, I'm gonna play midfield here. Trash Can up off of the backboard. Fusion over to Bob, over to Angel. Angel. Deep Mex in the air, 50 with Fusion into the corner. Honestly, some freak offense here from Jungle early. I can't lie, I was not expecting this.
Mox going now up early, seeing if he can get a solo play. Maxing off the ceiling. Going for that. That would have been a ridiculous opening goal for this team here. But the Jungle, again, their one goal is going to be all they need. Trash Can he find a ridiculous angle, does drop it mid. We might see a fake coming through, as Wesley was looking to fake it here, but Mox now doesn't have any boost to work with here. Trash Can might be a little awkward. Can't get the touch. It does drop mid. This one is going to be a little bit wide here. Angel opting to take his time here. Fusion now drops this one a little bit awkward mid. A little bit of wall dashing here. Trying to get boost management. And you can see already the difference between this game and the last game is especially in this Jungle team. This Jungle team wants to be within 5 feet of each other at all times.
Yeah, they are just kind of like all over each other, like hose on Santa, one might say. But Bob, midfield, Angel is there for the shot, but it will be cleared into the side. Fusion trying to get an angle. Trash Can, though, over to Mox will get the shot on. I don't think I've ever seen that goal explosion.
You know what it is?
I don't.
Real Madrid.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't watch soccer, so.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. One of us played still way too much. Even my, I just do my, Sunday night beer league, so it's fine at this point. But,
yeah.
But regardless, yeah, Inferno getting their first goal of the game here. Is Wesley going to be getting in touch here. We see a little, not quite a double commit here as Mox going to end up calling him off here. Well, it does go mid. Both players not understanding how exactly they want to hit it. As we see a double commit in the opponent's corner, but Trash Can fortunately was there in this situation trying to get a little bit of a 50 mid. Does get a touch on one. And again, Trash is now just going for these solo plays. Can he get the reset? It's going to be just a little bit wide here. Shot follow-up going to be a little bit off as well. And you can see Trash might be the one going for the solo plays over and over and over again.
Yeah, that one kind of makes the defense back up a little bit, almost going straight into their own net. But Wesley, air maxing more like. Over to Angel with the intercept, though. Angel to Fusion. This will bounce down off of Moke's touch. Fusion now into the midfield. Doesn't get the greatest touch, but it will not matter as it does advance into the offensive half. The touch from Bob over to Angel in the corner. Wesley there for the save. Wesley popping it up for Mokes. Trash can doesn't get the touch. Fusion is there for the shot, but Wesley there for the clear. Gets it past one, past two. Cannot get it on target, and I know he wants that one back.
Yeah, you know what the hardest thing to do is score is the open nets. The crossbar in the post, I'm telling you, man, best defender in the world. That's just how it works here. Mox now incredibly awkward here. Does get a touch here. Oh, but Bob ends up missing that one. We want to counterattack, and Wesley get it in the corner, and it's going to be going off the post.
Oh.
And unfortunately, the own goal does come through. Such an awkward situation here, but regardless, Inferno are going to be the benefactors.
Yeah, you hate to see those ones. Also, I would love to know the inspiration behind like the Gusky name change to Trash Can. Quite the change. But we'll see if Jungle here can rope this game back in. Fusion intercepted by Gusky in the midfield. Mokes over to the sidewall, gets a double. Him and Gusky into the midfield. This is an open net though for Fusion. Wesley does get the bump, but obviously it won't matter if he can't get back for it. And just unfortunate miscommunication here from the Inferno here, tying it up here for the Jungle.
I don't think they're going to be complaining too much in that situation. And yeah, Jungle tied this one up with a minute 20 left here in game one. Both these teams actually looking, I will say, this is a lot better game one than what we saw last time. And I think is maybe because both these teams have already played a series so far today. We'll have to see as this does ball drop down. Bob gets a decent clear, but not good enough. But Bob again with a double save. Ridiculous on the goal line now with a minute 5 left. Angel now tossing this one mid. Should be an easy clear, but again, the double commits coming out, and there's no way that actually works. Hold on.
It almost did. It was off, but yeah, I mean, those are the ones that. Oh, what? Another open? What? Angel. All right. Well, nice. I mean, kudos Chicago. Angel here drained. I don't know. This is just a very unfortunate misread off the wall from Mokes.
And I'm looking at this, and now you have both of these last two goals for this Jungle team were absolute perfect open nets. I mean, like, this is going to be, again, where you ask, like, who's got the momentum? It's like, well, I don't want to say they don't deserve these goals, but, like, Inferno have looked better, but they've also given up horrific goals.
Yeah, it just seems like, I don't know, Inferno, one, I think it's a weird kind of energy or mentality, because you're coming off of a ridiculously hot sweep of what was the 2 seed. Oh my god. Oh my Gusky though. Was that a full field? It was almost a full.
He's only got
field.
50 boosts. 3 flips into one.
Oh my god. Top corner as well. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna tie up a game, that is
why
that's how you're gonna want to
trash can off. That is why.
True. Oh, okay.
But regardless, they still give up these dog goals. 3 of the 4 of these goals for the Jungle, they're just free rips on net.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mokes technically could have gotten to it. Mokes maybe a little.
That one's real tough to say.
I don't know. Mokes is a rookie. I don't know if that's gonna come into account here. I might be the only rookie in this.
Do you know if he played in Major 1 by chance?
I think he did. I recognize the name. I'd have to double check on trade window.
Regardless, if the Jungle take game 1, this might be the most undeserved game 1 we've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say it's the most, but it's up there. Three
goals were just open net 3v here, and the Jungle, they're not gonna care. They're gonna be the ones taking this one. And we got Bob the Human rocking that tile annihilator. I can't imagine what he saw to get that title, but does not matter. Jungle taking game 1 here. And I can tell you right now, if you're Inferno, I'd be pretty pissed about that game 1 performance.
Yeah, they did just kind of drop it. I mean, I hate to say it. I don't want they want to talk bad about them, but it is what happened. They had it locked. That they looked really solid, and
offensively
then
they looked really good. Like genuinely, they did.
And it doesn't even like at no point in the progression of their offense can you say, okay, well, this is an obvious overcommit. I don't know what happens. They just either a touch gets whiffed or something, and it just turns into this complete dysfunction on their own end. But we'll see if they can kind of bring it back here and accept that one as a Mickey loss. But Wesley moving it upfield early in this one for Inferno, trying to get some early blood here. Also can confirm Mocha was not active in Major 1, was picked up earlier this month actually, as a free agent sign, I think. 50'd with Gusky off the name change, no longer trash can.
What a
shot
save.
Intercepted by Angel. Gusky kind of off his rocker.
Oh, no way.
Here. Oh, what a play. We got Unk over to Gusky trash can with the Pogo celebration.
That is a fortunate pinch that it just drops to him off that one. You gotta laugh. All right, now wait for it, because this is what happened last time.
Yep.
Now we're gonna see a jungle get an open net in the next 30 seconds. That's what happens.
I'm gonna play the Jeopardy music. We gotta Wesley. Clearing it over to Angel though there for the intercept. Fusion not able to go. Gusky with a double commit, but it turns into a pre-jump. Because why not? Just Major 2 prem things. Wesley off the backboard. Over to Gusky, intercept midfield. Bob there for the touch. Gusky not able to follow it up. Angel not either too as well. Bob for a pass midfield. Wesky clearing it upfield. 50'd with Fusion. Will anyone be up for this? Oh, almost a nice little double from Mokes, but it does not come out. Wesley a little awkward here with some time. Boost gets it under 1 past Angel, and that's just a textbook possession play on the ground.
Yeah, this one just going mid here. You see Wesley now just getting a low play up and over 1. Angel, I mean, he's such in toughest. I think he's in such a tough spot. Obviously, he was expecting his teammate before to at least get a touch on the ball, and he would, kind of position after that. Once he got beat, he's just like the crap. In such a tough spot here. So, but again, Inferno, again, offensively, even like last game, they are looking much better as we're gonna.
All right.
See the 3rd goal come through for them. And
dude,
just like I was saying, offensively, they're looking much better. Okay, no defensive growth. We're good. I'm so scared to talk right now.
this is, I mean, it could be chance. It could be that you're just the best caster cursor known to man. But 3 minutes left. Jungles need to find something here to bring them back into this game sooner than later. Yesterday would have been a good time to start, but Bob up clearing it into the corner here. This is midfield, but sent back out by Angel. Fusion over to Angel. Angel has negative boost in a dream, but Gusky up looking for 2 off the backboard. Oak's not able to read it though, unfortunately. For Inferno, almost an open net opportunity for Chicago. Seems to be the name of the game for them scoring goals here, but the defense for Burnsville able to get back in time. Little awkward play, ends up midfield. Bob gets it past 1. Wesley, Unk maxing off the ceiling. Opts to play it off the sidewall. Doesn't get the pinch, and Fusion pinching it off the backboard. Bob gets the bump. Angel gets the bump, and it doesn't matter because no one's there for the shot.
Great touch from Gusky. The stun drops mid. Trying to get it around 1. A little bit of an awkward pinch here. This drop in mid, but again, no resource to work with. Angel just gonna have a freebie here. We see a pre-jump coming from 1. Gonna have to call him Mokes on this one. Gusky a little bit awkward here. Does get a second touch, but it drops right down to Angel. That might be another freebie here. And you can see just the 2nd and 3rd touches coming out from him as he might fake that there. Again, from his teammates' perspective, it is so difficult to read. The comms have to be so on point to not cause overcommits and double commits.
Yeah, but when you're down 2, overcommits might be what you want, to be honest.
Oh, wait, what?
What the hell did we just witness? I think that was a drop pass on the head. Oh, that just didn't touch anyone. Okay, it just landed on Wesley falling down. All right, they'll take it, I guess. Yeah, kind of a complete flip over from game 1 of...
Well, and what you're seeing is they're not the Inferno aren't giving up these open nets, which they gave up 3 of last game. And offensively, last game they looked better, and now we're seeing again that is shining through very brightly as they're looking at another dominating offensive performance. Even though they lost game 1, this is what we expected besides the open net misses, is for them to come through and just through sheer force and really good solo plays, good 50s, and boost management to end up dominating the jungle.
Yeah, they do kind of give me this Brainerd-esque kind of mindset or play with possession, especially. They like to have it in their possession, as one does, but when they are making passes and things, they give themselves like a couple of like bailout options where if it doesn't work, it's close enough where you can still catch it or whatever. Wesley gets 2, gets the reset past 1, but Fusion will pop it off of the backboard. 30 seconds left here. Jungle's gonna need to stop the bleeding and score a few if they want a chance in this game, but it might be just a matter of looking at the next one, as pretty soon here Burnsville will be tying up the series 1-1, but 15 seconds still possible. But Wesley putting it on target. Fusion moving upfield, gets it past 1, past 2. Angel looking for a pass midfield. No one is there. And when this touches, we will have a 1-1 series here. Inf taking game 2.
I'm not saying that that's what we expected in game 1. And it sort of was what we got, minus, again, the open net ones that we give it. But again, Inferno looking really, really good. Jungle, again, a lot of it, I'm just trying to figure out exactly what, kind of their game plan is, because a lot of it really just seems to be trying to survive the chaos that is what Inferno is bringing to the table, and they're doing a really, really good job of it.
So Wesley looking for, I guess we'll have to, I don't know if this is a meme or not, but we might be having a timeout depending on what happens. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is kind of what I expected too. Looking at just the score line of their previous match here for like Inferno, that 4-0, no matter who it is, I mean, this is Major 2 week 2, so you're already playing the top as Inferno will be taking their timeout for Gusky to do something. I don't know.
Need his teammates to look like.
This is all, I don't know, man. This could be a series changer for Jungle. But we'll be back with this game soon. But yeah, I mean,
So they have called a timeout. They officially have called the timeout here.
Yes, they will need a timeout. I don't know. They weren't trying to call one, but we're not just going to pause the game without them having it. So they're taking a timeout. Yeah, I mean, kind of weird games here for Jungle. On one hand, you've got this like really dominating first game, but there's no real essence there. It was just kind of freebie goals. And then you walk into game 2 and you just get kind of used and abused in the worst way possible. I don't even think they put one, or did they put 1, or was it I want to say it was like a shutout game. I don't even remember with this timeout nonsense.
It was dominating. How's that? Regardless if they got 1 or not. It's looking really, really good.
We'll see if they can bring it back. Like I said before, they did go to 7 with Omaha, which is definitely not what they wanted to do, as literally the seed just above them. And as I mentioned before, once again, we are now at the point in the bracket where all of the teams that are here, except for KC, are going to Major. So this is basically just for seeding, essentially. As I think Victory, I'd have to run some calcs, but Victory might be able to pass up Minneapolis because they lost round 1 to Inferno, but we'll have to see. So it'll be kind of like a Brainerd versus Green Bay points match, basically, this whole tournament. But I mean, as far as this series goes, I don't really know what to expect in this next game. If Burnsville keeps doing what they're doing and what I expect them to do, this will be not a very close one, but I don't know your thoughts.
I need to see some offense from Jungle that is not open nets for me to start to have a little bit of faith in them that they can end up taking a game 1 or 2, let alone 4 wins off of this really, really good Inferno team. Again, they ended up coming off of a 4-0 win last series. I probably shouldn't have dropped game 1. Obviously, they ended up doing it. But yeah, and we're still waiting for the player to get back. In a weird pause, he asked for 2 minutes. I mean,
this is I mean, timeouts are 1 minute.
It's a weird situation of just like, we don't want to just FF the game.
I
But
mean,
we're just kind of sitting here. So
yeah,
I say we start a timer. Give them like 2 more minutes, and if not, forfeit the game.
Technically they can sub. You can sub in between games. I'm pretty sure. I looked at the rule book a while ago, but I'm 99% sure you can sub between games, not necessarily just the series.
I've seen people do that on land too, just like they add.
Oh, just quickly suit up and run on the stage.
I remember this dude. The team, I forget. I think it was in Rising Star. But it was like the team was down 3-0, and they just like dropped in their sub down 3-0. And they're like, "All right, buddy, go get him."
Honestly, that's kind of badass. I respect it. Just throwing him in. But we are back. I don't know what Gusky was doing, but hopefully it was worth almost a 1-game FF.
I am so glad that they did not score that.
Yeah.
Just off the rip for causing a couple more minutes delay. But we're back. No forfeits, no subs. The series is, in fact, tied 1-1. We'll have to see it at the jungle. With, again, this extra time. This is like a triple timeout time-wise for them to kind of figure stuff out. So we'll see if, again, as far as offensively, they have any plan here as Unk maxing with one of the most ridiculous pre-jumps and just takeaways.
Oh my god, he jumped.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Jumped before the ball was hit. Oh, I love that.
Eons in advance to receive that one, and even got the double off the ceiling. So, respect to Unk maxing there. Almost another one off the kickoff. What an interesting touch by, I think that was Fusion, but Gusky. Not passing up that opportunity. Trash Can Gaming slotting that. That is such an unfortunate touch into the midfield by Bob.
Yeah, definitely not what they were going for here. And again, it kind of goes back to this jungle squad. I think a lot of times does just end up unfortunately shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. But again, at the no more open net misses, you can clearly tell that Inferno is locking it down, and they really are stepping it up. And Gusky specifically and Uncle Maxing, those two are such a ridiculous combo offensively this series.
Yeah, this is quite the name game here. I don't know where Unk Maxing came from, but honestly, we're kind of doing it as the casters for this series. But pushing our
I would assume I'm the
retirement
oldest one in
here,
this lobby
but
here.
probably. I don't know. There's some pretty old MCS players. I think most of these players are relatively young, though. But Fusion, never mind. He just gets annihilated by Mokes. But Nagusky sniping Wesley off the corner. Not the greatest bounce imaginable for jungle here. Wesley, though, gets the reset double in the air and just clangs it top right, and Unk's alive.
Well, remember I talked about that between him and Gusky are really, really good on offense? Yeah, I don't think I was wrong about that one. I mean, genuinely, what they're doing, they don't have like an unbelievable amount of opportunity, but they're so efficient in taking it and finding a way to find the ball in the back of the net. I mean, they really don't need a ton of shots to do it. Right now, they're shooting 50% right now.
That is kind of wild in a Prem lobby. I can't lie. Yeah, as you'll see at the top of your Twitch stream, little scoreboard display, this is the Season 12 Major 2 Premier Playoffs. Shout out Shig for scuffing that one. But Bob moving off the sidewall. Gets one. Tries to get it past two. Mokes is there for the touch, but Angel is there for the absolute cupcake of a pass mid or shot on target. It's okay. He's in my franchise, guys. I can say it. Fusion off the corner. Gusky is there for the touch. Angel looking for a pass to Fusion. This one a much stronger touch. But nothing will drop. Bob looking a little uncomfortable on the side. Angel popping off the sidewall once again. These jungle players just love utilizing the sidewall. Gusky's not going to miss this, though, as he does slot yet another goal for Burnsville here.
Yeah, Bob's not going to be happy with that touch. And you see, that's now multiple goals that is, I don't want to say the exact same thing, but I mean, the Inferno players are just kind of waiting mid for these clears that are maybe going off the sidewall or not getting as much power as they wanted. And just tapping them in with consistency. Again, not necessarily open nets, but just hitting the ball with power on target is being very fruitful for them right now.
well, that was almost a crucial. Oh no, is this an open net here for Inferno? How? What?
Yes.
I mean, the silence for that whole replay just speaks volumes. But I mean, 5-0. I mean, in the pregame, we kind of expected it if they held up their offense like they are. But I mean, 5-0 with 2 minutes left is not really the greatest thing in the world for Jungle. At least they have time left if they want to make an effort to come back here. Fusion off the corner. Wesley is there for the intercept. Gets one, cannot get two with the reset. Anyone there for Burnsville? Gusky there. Fusion. Wesley, what the? Wesley flies in off the backboard. Mokes is there for the grab. Looking to get two. Tries to pinch it, but it goes slightly backwards, if anywhere at all. Gusky cutting off the offensive play. Mokes looking for a touch off the backboard. Fantastic clear up field by Angel. The Bob, and Bob with the cherry pick goal. Not out of this game yet here, but they're going to need some more if they want to make it happen. This is a fantastic play, though.
It was a really gorgeous play, and I don't want to say that that was one of the best goals we've seen from them all series, but it probably was the best.
It
goal.
Was.
But you know, giving them obviously, I don't want to say 50 minutes of gameplay to get something good here, but again, they get something to give them a little bit of momentum. I would love for them to find one more goal before this is done here. So we see a little free jumps here. You can tell Inferno, they've mentally checked out of this game. They're already looking at the
own goal.
next one.
I really hope he was really going for some kind of like crazy psycho play or something, and then oh, that's exactly what he was doing. Look at the way his car was going.
that is 100%.
That's exactly what he was doing.
Do you know how many times Remsick used to do that?
Oh, I know. I know.
Oh my God.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
All the time, just the own goal attempts was just beautiful. But I was saying, like, they're already mentally checked out clearly after finding that one. But hey, I did also ask. I was looking to see if Jungle could find a second goal, give him a little momentum. There it is. I got proof of both, so not sure how I feel about that.
That's what the timeout was for. They were hopping on like Gusky's account, and they're just kind of making him play for both teams. Bob, though, shot on target. Trivial save here by Wesley. Angel popping again, though. Fusion getting bumped. Can't get upfield, but Mokes is there for the save. It will not matter, as he doesn't get the greatest power of the save there for the clear. But, I mean, I don't know, Alex. 2 goals in 26 seconds is a lot more doable than 4 in a minute.
Oh, I agree, Cooperton. It's definitely much easier
right.
to get 2 goals.
Oh, right. Fusion. Oh, no. It was Cooperton. Upfield, though. 15 seconds. Great job killing the clock by Inferno. Bob, though, up and on field. Wesley, not boost maxing, is still able to get to the ball, though. Fusion. Folks off the corner. This will be yet another. What in the pre-jump, pre-flip extravaganza? Gusky, will we see another own goal? Popping it up into the midfield. Gusky's there, opts to kill it, and yeah, that's another one for Inferno in a rather spectacular fashion.
And this kind of goes back to what we're saying is in terms of efficiency. It's like, if you actually look at the shot totals themselves, Jungle outshot them. Now, granted, Inferno did actually give them a goal with an own goal here, and they did get one kind of in garbage time. But I mean, as far as like offensive, like they're taking their chances and they're doing an exceptional job on the Inferno side of really being efficient. And I'm again looking back at the Jungle, just trying to figure out what exactly is the plan. Is anyone going to kind of be taking charge of this field? All of them, every person on the field scored, but it still was so dominant in favor of Inferno.
I will point out, Jungle still has their timeout if they want it. I would imagine they'll keep it if they get pushed match point next match. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what most of that game was. It was just sheer domination by Inferno in the beginning, and then I think they just got kind of bored, I'll be honest. And almost allowed Jungle to have a comeback going, but they were able to kill it with the time that they gave them, but still anybody's serious. But Jungle's gonna have to make some serious changes on offense if they want to get one to drop.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that's going to happen here. But again, the jungle, you know, they won their first game. They're here for a reason. But offensively, I still need to see that reason come through because it hasn't yet in this series. It's Angel not going for a solo play. It just pops it over again. Sometimes casters can just make things come to fruition here. As Angel getting a lead early. And that's something we haven't really seen the jungle do, is get a lead early in this series.
That is true. I know, like, just like on a mental end, it is extremely helpful, especially if you're down in a series, just to get one early, and you can kind of, you know, you're not playing with everything ramped up to 11 trying to get one. But wow, what a jump from Bob, who's up extremely early for that one. This ball just kind of floating mid. Gusky somehow still had a flip after all of that. He came off the ceiling or something. Fusion, though, going off the ceiling himself, pops it off the backboard. Bob, unfortunately, is demoed in the offensive half. Okay. Bob cannot catch a break. Gets spawn demoed. Angel over to the sidewall. Gusky there for the touch off the wall again. Bob trying to get a pass midfield is unsuccessful, however. Angel with a 50 over to the sidewall. Sent midfield. Fusion there for the save off of Gusky's ground pinch shot. This ball will drop straight into the net, though, as Gusky's not going to let that one slide. And pretty unfortunate bounce here for Jungle, but fantastic play by Mokes to set that up.
Angel obviously not getting the touch he was looking for on the sidewall. I mean, he had the right idea, honestly. He just popped a little bit away from his car. Skesky might be getting a kickoff goal of his own, and he goes for the fake low on 0 boost. Just forcing that one through, getting revenge with his own goal here. And yeah, again, it was on Angel who got the goal as well as the kickoff for his own team. So Jungle, they got an early lead and have given up 2 goals back to back and have lost the lead. And right now, if I'm the Jungle, you need to score in the next 30 seconds. You cannot let the momentum build for Inferno like it did last game.
Yeah, and Inferno are very good at milking the clock where they want to. And I think if it's like you said, you got to get an equalizer real quick so they don't have an option to think of a way to do that. But Angel Gusky off the sidewall. Wesley maxing off the sidewall as well. Fusion trying to get some kind of setup here as the Inferno midfield play is just too much for Jungle to handle right now. Jungle, though, gets a bump. Could make the defense a little awkward. Wesley, though, up nice and early. Cannot get 2. As Gusky will go for the pass midfield. It does drop mid, but Fusion,
Mokes
great
was
job.
not expecting that touch there.
No, he was not. Fusion, great job clearing it down on the ground. Fusion over to Angel, doesn't connect, and their offense is starting to look pretty similar to the last game now.
Mokes now. Not his best touch off the sidewall. Bob trying to drop it down mid. Is anyone there? You can see Angel is there. Gusky making it awkward. There's 3 players on the backboard for Inferno. They do find a way to get this ball downfield. Bob not throwing it downfield. Would have maybe liked to see him. That's where I want to see him settle it down. Maybe go for that 50, go for that flick, just because you could see Fusion up front was just no boost and had to work his way back.
Yeah, clearing it down, but Inferno midfield not allowing it. Gusky, oh no. That was definitely on, too, which is unfortunate.
That was a goal. 99% was a goal.
Gusky trying it again, as unfortunately his teammate did block his last shot attempt. What a...
Wasn't cool enough the first time.
No, it wasn't. He wanted aura. It was going to bounce. Like, that was his greatest fear. Gusky off his opponent's backboard. Cannot get a pass midfield. Fusion, 50 by Mokes in his favor. Angel
They're doing a much better job as
They-
far as like just stopping anything. Like Uncle Maxig is not able to go anything crazy. I mean, if they can just get one single goal here, it's a tied game. They get a win here. It's suddenly a tied series, as dominant as it really seems to have been. 1 game, 1 goal, and you're completely tied up.
Yeah, if Inferno takes this, they will be pushing Jungle to match point. So definitely a must-win here for Chicago. If they do lose, I will be expecting a timeout. I think it'd be kind of silly not to with the crazy amount of momentum that Burnsville does have. Mokes, midfield. Wesley's not missing that. And that is a 2-goal game here for Inferno. Angel just too awkward into the corner.
Yeah, there's really not much he can do. He just has to jump across and kind of pray in that situation. But again, now we've got 3 unanswered goals here for the Inferno. Again, coming off a 4-0 sweep in their first game of the day. And now coming up here, dropping game 1 immediately, looking horrid with the loser, giving up 3 open 3v nets here. But they've bounced back now with potentially 3 game wins in a row, as now in game 3, they've got 3 goals in a row. And they're looking for sure to finish this game and to dominate and put a dagger in this team going into the finals.
Shout out Jungle for that little chip play in the midfield, but they got to find some better ones here. With Bob straight up gas stationing in his own corner. Gusky puts it right past him. Mokes for the 50. Bob. Wesley, 50 off the sidewall. Fusion there, dropping it down for Casper, but there will not be a shot on target, unfortunately. Bob now with Fusion trying to make a play. Wesley pre-jumping. Fusion goes off the backboard. Can he get a double tap? And he will not. 5 seconds left in this game, and Inferno will be putting Jungle on match point. Nice shot, Fusion, but unfortunately this game is over. But yeah, this is still a great play by Jungle. Bob there running some surveillance on Mokes, preventing the jump, but too little too late, unfortunately, for Chicago, and that will be 3-1 Inferno here, match point. It's like a little car change from Angel. I'm just gonna remind
one
them
of these
they do have a
days,
timeout.
people will realize that you don't need to actually leave to change your car. You can just go to the options, and it's
You
got your
can,
same
if they have the
preset right
preset
there.
changed. I've got like 3 different presets, and none of them are normal cars. So, I
Yeah.
just if I want to use one, I do have to leave. But okay, or no, no.
Sorry, we just got people being silly willies over here. But the question is, can the Jungle find a way to win here? And we'll see if they can figure this one out here. Again, they got game 1. They just need to do it now 3 more times here. But Inferno, again, I think they got a lot of their jitters figured out here. I do think they are going to close this one out here. It is not the 4-0 that I predicted. However, it still kind of feels like it.
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of control the game. I'm waiting to see if they want to call one or not. They kind of just went half on the confirmation, but I don't imagine they will call a timeout. I think, it's from my
It's
point of
just,
view, there's really
it's,
not much you can do against this Burnsville roster.
well,
I
yeah,
can't lie to
you're
you.
just like, hey, you guys have a timeout. Yeah. That, yes, you want to use
Uh,
it? Cool.
yeah.
Okay. What do you want to do here?
Um,
Sure.
I mean, Angel is back. All
Oh,
right,
they didn't
they
call
are running
timeout,
it.
so
We
let's
will
send
not
it.
have a timeout. So who knows? Maybe that's the strat, the fake timeout strat, Alex. This could be a new mech.
Well, we do have match admin ability, so we could just force a timeout.
That that is true. We could do that. Would that be ethical? I don't know, but these teams have clinched land, so really anything's ethical. Fusion, though. Cleared it off the backboard. Gets it midfield. Mokes looking extremely comfortable, but is able to get the touch. Bob, though, after the fake timeout call, he had me fooled. Kind of bringing his team back from the ashes here in this 3-1 series. A little kind of chip in.
That's now back-to-back games. We've seen Bob getting the first goal of the game. And they proceeded to give up, I believe, 3 goals in a row until a garbage time goal at 0 seconds. So we'll see. We might see some solo plays here, but Gusky not able to find that one. Going to be dropping it with 0 boost. Has to leave it. Good 50 from Wesley. But now we have a dangerous counterattack here. Mokes has to just buy some time from his team. And that's something that, again, Inferno have done an amazing job, is buying time for your team to get boost and get back into position.
That is true. I am noticing kind of as
that touch right there. That is so beautiful to buy time. That's exactly what I mean.
I am noticing over the last few games here, of maybe the last 2, I'll say, of Jungle just having progressively less and less boosts, especially on the defensive end. And they are a good team on defense, but you know, in regards to boost management, there isn't really much you can do without it. Gusky, though, off the backboard looking for a double. This could be an open net goal here for Chicago, but it will not go.
Dangerous opportunity here coming through as we are now 90 seconds in. It is the Jungle now trying to start their way to get to a Game 7. They still have a long way to go. But one thing that we haven't really seen from them is scoring multiple goals in regulation. This is a great start, but I need them to find 1 or 2 more early just to get more momentum, because realistically, you probably aren't going to hold out from the Inferno's offense, just how this offense is going, and what a save coming through.
Dude, I know Gusky pre-jumped that. That's insane. Oh my
no,
god.
No,
oh,
there it is.
No. What the, I mean, that into the double, and he got bumped into that double, FYI. I don't know what most of that was, but I mean, that sucks. If you're Chicago, and that is what
that was the
in.
Rocket League gods trying to just help, give a helping hand. Like, there's only so much they can do with how good the shooting has been. But again, I've mentioned it before, Bob seems to be the one who's finding the back of the net for the Jungle, and he does it again here.
Yeah, Bob kind of is that X factor for this team. Unfortunately, I did have to sub for this Jungle team one time a couple weeks ago in Prem. My amazing Prem debut, and yes, I got my ass beat. But I will note, Bob is definitely the play. What? the player where if he is peaking, you will have an extremely good night.
Hold on, we need to just
know what this is at
Angel
all.
to Mokes to pre-jump to Gusky. That is a
Angel is clearly him chat.
Technically, that is a 3-man mid-air passing play.
See, this is what we in the biz call a tic-tac-toe.
Tiki-taka.
Yes.
See, this is what I mean. Is the Jungle seem to only score from these horrendous goals that the Inferno give up, and then Inferno just say, "What if we just absolutely shoot top bins?"
I don't know why, but I'm like exhausted of these goals, man. Like, I just leaned back and stretched after that one went in. Fusion trying to regain some ground here. Chicago is still up, but with how this series has gone, 1 goal is just simply not a comfortable lead by any means. Dusky intercepted by Fusion. Mokes for the shot. Sent back Fusion. Not sure if I like that touch the greatest, but Wesley is there for the recovery. Angel now. Trying to put some offense in the game here. Over to Fusion, who is not, unfortunately, able to get the shot off, though. Bob gets annihilated in the midfield after a touch off the corner. Wesley. Oh, Mokes with a bump on Angel, leaving this an open net. That is a heads-up play from Mokes.
Yeah, the ball just absolutely launching. And you can see Fusion is awkward. Angel just getting bumped to Narnia.
Angel space program.
That is not how they wanted me to get this one up. And we kind of talked about that realistically, you're not stopping Inferno. You're just not. Your only hope of beating them is scoring probably more than 3 goals in regulation, which that's going to be needed here. The Jungle scoring at least 4 goals, and against the Inferno, it's difficult. Now, granted, Inferno do seem to always give up horrific goals. It's just apparently what they do. They score worldies and they give up trash. So, you know what? Yeah, whatever works.
Trash,
but yeah, exactly. So we'll see a good low 50 does drop mid here. Fusion with 122 left. Again, they're looking better as far as they're getting some cool stuff going. But again, I don't think you can rely on Bob just to always be the one to find the back of the net, or for Angel to get a 3-man aerial passing play.
Yeah, 1 minute. Oh, right.
What a read.
Banger play by Mokes, the rookie here. Coming in off. That is such an unfortunate clear by by Jungle. Yeah, I mean, great read from Mokes, bringing his team up. And this is the narrative we've seen. You mentioned it time and time again, but it is just the truth of Chicago getting these leads and then just dropping them every time.
They're 3 in a row at this point.
Just goofy play.
So we'll have to see. We might see off the ceiling here is Wesley. Can he get one off the backboard? It does drop down. Good touch from Fusion. Angel, though, Little awkward. That is a double commit. The net should be absolutely wide open. And again, the Inferno are giving up these horrid goals. The Jungle don't care, though.
No, I mean, Jungle will take this all day, every day, and twice on a given Saturday. 4-4 with 43 left in this game. The next goal could be the last one, but of course, when one person scores, then there has to be an open net. 50 into, almost into the net. Fusion popping it upfield. Gusky there for the tap, but the read doesn't come out, and Wesley with another open net goal. Bob,
right now, do we see 10 goals this game?
I think so. I think Fusion off a kickoff has been the name of the game for Chicago the last couple games for their.
I would love to see a 5-5 going into OT.
I'm telling you,
just
man.
Putting that out there right
These Jungle kickoffs are. Okay. I thought for I thought for a second I was Nostradamus, but unfortunately that will not fall. Bob Gusky. Oh. Wow.
Again,
that's probably unfortunately that's probably the game. But yeah, we saw 10. You know, I wasn't wrong.
If that doesn't sum up the entire series right there, I don't know. Actually, no, I take that back. The only thing that would make it better is if Inferno go for a double fake and then they immediately get scored on.
That would be peak.
But regardless, Inferno, they have dropped one individual game so far today, and I'm going to be hard-pressed between the Knights or the Victory to see if there is going to be a team today that is going to beat this peaking Inferno team.
Yeah, we'll see how their game goes, actually. As the previous game, we will have a short break. We are slightly ahead of schedule now, because this one ran slightly short. But yeah, we will be back after a short intermission. But yeah, just to recap, you know, kind of I thought that was going to be a closer game. I mean, like Inferno is on fire, but I thought, you know, 6 seed, 8 seed, they can't be that far off. But Inferno just looks nasty right now, as they so eloquently demonstrated. But shout out my boys at Jungle. I feel obligated to do it. Heck of a game. Obviously, these teams involved have already clinched LAN, so they will be playing on the stage. This whole bracket now, basically post the Outlaws elimination, is for seeding. So, but speaking of seedings, up next we have the Knights versus the Victory. That is the 1 seed and 3 seed. Honestly, I mean, like, Victory's looking pretty solid. They, you know, earlier beat out Bemidji 4-2. And then the Knights beat out Outlaws 4-1. Knights last week were looking really scuffed, I can't lie. 1 seed, they just kind of lost a lot of aura in their group stage that you picked, Stewie, FYI. And yeah, we'll see if they can rope it back in. But a quick break, and then into the Victory Knights match. We will be back soon.
Need you by my side. seem to understand how you do this to me. You've been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead. I think I need to confess. Saw you in that red dress. I can't seem to understand how you got all that finesse. Still been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead.
Welcome back. Welcome back once again to Major 2 Week 2 premiere. This is the other semifinal game. We just witnessed Inferno top out Chicago Jungle 4-1 in that 2:30 p.m. semifinal game. 6 versus 8 seed. So we are saying goodbye to Jungle in this bracket, or I am. But up next, we've got the Brainerd Victory versus Green Bay Knights. And alongside me is no longer Mr. K-Tool. How are we doing, Sauce Boss?
I'm doing pretty good.
Were you able to watch any of these previous games, or were you just fresh off of some kind of like gaming sesh?
I was playing Jedi Survivor.
There it is.
Yeah, I was not locked in.
That's okay.
I had it up on the other monitor watching, but I was a little locked in.
This is a pretty exciting game here. I ran some calcs for you guys off stream. I won't yap for too long because I do want to get this kind of on the road. But Knights are locked in as the one. I don't think I ran math for if Brainerd wins and it doesn't check out that they can catch them. So I think they're locked in as one. If Brainerd wins the whole major, they will take the 2 spot from Minneapolis, knocking them down to 3rd. And Inferno right now, no matter what, is locked in at 4, just behind Brainerd, pending results. So I won't go too more in depth. Brainerd had an extremely successful group stage. Green Bay, kind of a slump sesh for them, despite them choosing their own group. So we'll see who can come out on top. What are your predictions for this game?
Considering Green Bay's sitting at a solid 62 points already, completely locked for the major, I'm probably going to go with them. Pretty good game differential as well over the course of the season.
I see. See, I'm on the other half. I note the same thing. I think that they're locked in as the one. But I think that's going to be a detriment. I think it's kind of a weird vibe to play in a game that you've kind of already won, for lack of a better term. So I think Brainerd is going to take it. I'm going to say they're going to take it in 5. I don't think it'll be super close, I'll be honest with you. But the winner of this, unfortunately for them, whoever it may be, will have to play the nasty Inferno team that has been taking names this whole bracket. Whitlock putting it on target, sent back by Trash, though. Stewie, a brotherly duo of Stewie and Trash, making an appearance with their 3rd Crimsix here. First time on stream today. Stewie banging it downfield. Kixby off the back, or off the ceiling, kind of backboard play, whatever. Stewie cutting upfield, trying to maintain possession here for Green Bay, lighting up the net, and Green Bay is kind of coming out here swinging.
Yeah, they're coming out swinging. They were a little on the defensive at the very start, but they found their footing pretty quickly, and now they're putting some heaters down onto the net and responding pretty well to offensive pressure victory as well. The 2 players up. This one's going to go in. Can't figure out which one's going to hit the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's enough blue up there. You got to know one of them. Look at this. Can't even really read the name tag. But Whitlock, yeah, coming in clutch here for his team. He played phenomenally in their last series against Bemidji. That 4-2 victory on the 4 seed. Whitlock hopping off of his own backboard. Gets it clear. This is slightly wide. No need to touch it. Trash playing it upfield. Crimzix trying to get a shot of his own, pushing upfield. Will not go, however. Will we see a corner read out of Whitlock? Stewie with fantastic control off the corner. Gets it over to Trash. Trash, unfortunately, can't get the touch. Stewie. This whole Green Bay beginnings has become the Stewie Trash extravaganza in the midfield. Whitlock gets the reset. Kind of a... Oh, what a pass play over to Kixby. And Whitlock is on all cylinders right now.
They're getting the pass plays in pretty nice here. Saw off the previous goal, working together with teammate, distracting the guy on the back wall. And then right here, quick pass off the top of the backboard and straight to Kixby. They're coming out swinging right now. They want a higher placement here for going into the land.
Yeah, I can't lie. I was kind of worried that shot from Kixby was an extremely good shot, but because of the angle he had to come at it at, Whitlock almost saved his own teammate's shot. Like, I ducked in real life when it was on on Whitlock's camera, but fortunately for Brainerd, it did go. But Green Bay kind of on their heels here in game 1. They, as I mentioned before, had a very rough week last week. I'm not exactly sure what happened, or maybe it was just an off night for them, but Whitlock passing over to Kixby, seems to be their name of the game here, and gave him some success earlier. Bubbly Reaper just kind of sitting in the backfield, keeping clears up for his teammates. But 2 minutes left in this game, and the Green Bay is going to need to get some more offense here if they want to have a shot in this game 1.
Yeah, they've been on the back foot so far the entire time, haven't been able to clear it, and they're all on low boost here. Looks like 20 each, getting absolutely bullied on the back net. Whitlock's going to send it just too high. And looks like they're going to get a chance at a clear here, but Kixby already grabbing boost, and he's going to just probably try and clear this. Whitlock has to dive in before he gets picked off. But no passes have really come out. This is probably the first opportunity off of a 50, and it just gets away from Stewie.
Yeah, Brainerd, I mean, obviously I'm a little bit biased in my decision making for them because I've seen them on stream earlier. But they do like to pass, and I think in Premier, I think there's this misthought that like the players are gonna be super mechy, so you're gonna see a bunch of solo goals, which is the case sometimes. Haha Boo is a great example on the Bemidji roster that we witnessed earlier. But these passing plays are gonna give you way more success than anything you can do by yourself. Reaper banging it upfield, getting some offense maintained here for Brainerd. Stewie looking very awkward on his own back line. Bubbly Reaper, this is an open net here for Green Bay, but they cannot get the angle to go as Whitlock closes off Stewie's shot. 40 seconds left. It's looking grim here in game 1 for Green Bay.
Yeah, looking a little desperate. Still haven't gotten more than one opportunity so far to get a goal on, but it just hasn't gone. Every touch is just kind of getting away from them. They're not able to control it too well, and the victory is just taking really good advantage of it right now with passes, control as well. Another opportunity. Pinch comes out just too far away, and with 10 seconds left, this one's probably going to belong to victory.
Yeah, it would take nothing shy of an act of Congress to get Green Bay back in this game, but they do get one here with 0 seconds left. Kind of looking for some kind of momentum change here, but you know, only dropping 1 goal in the game, and it's at the 0 second mark is not exactly the perfect scenario, but you know, it's a best of 7. You know, stuff could get rattled. You never know, but Victory taking that one pretty convincingly. Green Bay just kind of seems to be on a weird back foot here most of the game on their defense.
Might be a little ice cold or not just not ready for the higher competition. Probably played a pretty low opponent at the start of today for that first matchup, and then having a break in between before their matchup here against Victory. Just maybe a little cold, not ready to play, but maybe warming up after one game, getting that last goal might just give them the momentum they need just to push through just a little bit quicker.
One thing that I didn't think of that could actually be in Green Bay's favor. So if you're Green Bay right now, right, they're kind of put yourself in their standing situation. They are the 1 seed and they are locked. I think we have this game better not start without teams. Okay. They're locked. Brainerd can take the 2 seed. Looking at how this bracket and major has transpired, if I'm Green Bay here on land, because you're making it, I would much rather play Brainerd, or excuse me, Minneapolis than Brainerd. Like, this Brainerd roster is on fire right now, and they have been for weeks. This team is peaking. So it honestly might not, even if Green Bay loses this game, I wouldn't even mind, because that means that they are the 2 seed, which means in some other separate land group. So that could be a proponent here for even if they can't get the dub. But Kixby perfectly explaining to me why you don't want to play this team. Dropping 1 goal here, less than 30 seconds into the game.
Yeah, it looks like they're showing that they want that 2 seed right now, and it's giving them a little optimism, but Stu finds the gap in the defense. Bubbly, no boost. Whitlock, none. Now just has to get it around. Kixby does exactly that. Free net. And now back to a tie game. Maybe we'll see a little bit more from Green Bay this game as well.
That is correct. We shall see 1-1 though. Green Bay showing up a bit earlier in this game compared to the last one. Maybe just a little nervous. I know that what a save from Trash, just kind of landing on the opposition. Crimsix though can't get the catch to collect it upfield. A little missed opportunity there for Green Bay. Bubbly Reaper is sniffing Stewie right now, and he will get the bump, giving Kixby one of the freest goals. Reaper just absolutely, I mean, give that guy a restraining order. Just annihilating Stu in the corner. 2-1 here, Brainerd.
Yeah, still a good start for Brainerd, getting 2 goals quickly. Crimsix trying to respond with another tight angle of his own. Just saw the one from Kixby, and then Crimsix off the back wall. Looks just as tight as the last one.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I can't lie. That's a nice little, what I call a stomach touch, just off the bottom of your car. Yeah, 2-2 immediate. It seems that, you know, Brainerd wants to score, and then I don't know if they get kind of comfortable with their 1-goal lead or what, but Green Bay is not letting them keep it. Dewey over to Crimsix. Crimsix looking for a double, does get it. Bubbly, though, awkward as all get out, is able to get the save regardless. Trash, this is kind of a spooky pass midfield here. Kixby off corner, can he get the read? Oh, just high. Will not get the ball on his car after all. Bubbly Reaper, though, making Stewie a little uncomfortable. Whitlock into the midfield. Trash and Kixby 50'd off the ceiling. Off the sidewall once again. Whitlock down to Reaper. Just too far in front of him, but the bump coming out of Reaper. Reaper has been just locking down on these physical plays here for Brainerd, and it's given them a lot of open offensive looks.
Off the wall, just barely misses Trash, trying to find the angle. Whitlock intercepting. Crimsix staying on, grabs the boost steal. See if he can get this out mid. Kixby's not going to allow that. Trash trying to follow that up. No boost out of Whitlock or Kixby, but he will be able to pick it off. Just low boost totals right now. Not a whole lot to work with for the Brainerd side. And it's just going back to the corner, side to side. Nothing too threatening so far. Maybe that will change. Except Stu has nothing. Bubbly is just diving at it. Kixby trying to keep it in the corner. Still nothing threatening towards net. Nothing crossing over the middle except this one right here. Kixby barely misses. Saved away by Stu.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing that with this Victory roster, just these midfield passing plays, especially, I mean, I say it over and over, but it's the Kixby Whitlock duo, the pair, that's really making it happen. Trash, unfortunately, moving just too fast to get to the ball. This Green Bay roster needs to slow down a little bit on these offensive plays. Fantastic bump out of Crimsix. Stewie's got to slot that, and he will bottom right. These two teams are extremely physical. You got Crimsix, Bubbly Reaper. They're kind of fight. There's this kind of weird like dichotomy of each of these teams have these super good offensive players. Like you got Kixby, Whitlock, Stewie, Brad, you know, the whole thing. And then these kind of two players that just run surveillance on their defense and just snipe whoever's back there, giving them open angles. So we'll see how the rest of this minute 15 plays out. But oh my god, fantastic shot coming out of Stewie. Kixby though just kind of swoops in last second. Whitlock, I think he got a tiny touch on it, but they've sent the whole roster to get it, leaving Green Bay a free goal. Once again, you hate to see it there on the Bubbly Reaper Kixby end, but Green Bay is going to take that all day, every day.
Yeah, just an unfortunate overcommit from Brainerd. Throwing everybody they have at it. There's still a minute left on the clock. You definitely don't have to send it too early. You've had the opportunities. You've seen it from the side-to-side passes. They've almost had one from Kixby, just got saved away at the last second. But now they have to find two, and in the way that things are going right now, that's going to be a tall task to ask for.
Whitlock, pass over to Kixby. I said, Sauce Boss, this is the name of their game. Whitlock Kixby with the Bubbly Reaper bump. There is not much you can do. Trash actually almost gets there, but I mean, reading essentially a one-timer like that is anything but easy. Bubbly Reaper just got to kill 30 seconds of game time, and he does insist on doing so. Opposite pass to Kixby there for the read. Bubbly Reaper is not there. I figured he would push up, but he didn't. Bubbly Reaper trying to get this touch. Trash, though, will not let him. And, yeah, I mean, that's just a heads-up play from Trash, noticing that open net.
Yeah, open net. Bubbly just has nothing to go with. He had to use everything he had to try and get the block from Stu's attempt, but no dice. All he can do is assist, helping it put in the net, but with time running out, we're going to see a 1-1 series as Stu gets one for the road.
Yeah, there's been a lot of these games here tonight, or I guess today. I'm used to casting in the evenings, where you get these really close setups and games, and then they just kind of like extremely quickly dissolve into these, whether they're kickoff goals or whatever, just kind of these, I don't want to say bogus goals, but like one of those shots where you're just like, okay, how does this enter the net even remotely? But 1-1 though after two. Green Bay bringing it back here in a rather convincing fashion. Like it started off pretty back and forth. This is giving me vibes of the Jungle Burnsville game of they always started off close and then it just quickly dissolved. But yeah, I mean, fantastic plays. Stewie, want to give a shout out. 4 goals in 7 shots is some pretty wild shooting percentage. Coming in at what, 57% that is. So pretty dang good for a Prem player, especially with these defensive plays that these teams are capable of. But what are your thoughts walking into this next game? Like, what needs to happen for these two teams to succeed?
For Brainerd, I think it's definitely an issue of just overcommitting, making those larger mistakes that Prem players can find pretty quickly. Green Bay, honestly, just keep doing what you're doing. You've locked down on defense. Maybe find a way to prevent those inside passes, maybe read them a little bit earlier. But other than that, they've been doing pretty well finding the shots. They've just been able to take advantage of the big mistakes that Brainerd has been making so far.
Brainerd almost getting one immediately. Is unfortunately just wide. Whitlock, though, looking for two. Does get the double reset, but Crimsix is just going to ego the whole team. Bringing it upfield for Trash. Bubbly gets a touch, but it is not the greatest clear. Is there again? Once again, we see Green Bay increasing their midfield pressure here, just trying to get this ball into the Brainerd half and keep it there. But Bubbly Reaper looking for a shot. It is just wide. Trash. Hero boost and a dream. Kixby up off the backboard. Crimsix over to Kixby and Reaper, who are there for the intercept. Stewie off the corner. Crimsix back to Stewie, and that is a very, very good setup by Crimsix.
Yeah, Stu putting it off the wall. Crimsix reading it just right, putting it back across the wall, knowing Stewie was coming back, and just finds the slot off the side. Just a little too quick for Brainerd, all stacked up on that same side. Not sure who's going to go for it. And again, it's just that little issue right there, more so out of communication this time, that is probably going to eat at them the whole game. But they're going to tie it back up here with a Kixby goal.
Yeah, I mean, these are, I don't even know how to describe these plays. They just kind of, it's just spontaneous is how I'll explain it. It's just these two teams kind of go back and forth, and then one of them notices a break and it just gets slotted. But then in the process of trying that, maybe they'll leave their net open. It's just kind of this back and forth thing that honestly I'm not a big fan of. Like, it's not really like, I'm expecting more like structured plays. Not to say that these games aren't exciting, but it's you know, I want the drama of it all. Whitlock, though, trying to give me some, puts it what was going to be on target, but a clear out from Green Bay. Trash now. Looking for Stewie off the sidewall, off the backboard. Now Crimsix gonna take over, popping it up the sidewall as well. 58 into the midfield. Kixby, though, off of the Green Bay backboard is Trash. Gets two, gets three. If this was on, it would be extremely dangerous. Kixby popping it into the corner. Stewie is up, trying to find one mid. Reaper ensures that is not possible. Whitlock, though, not the greatest collecting touch. Trash now into the midfield. Kixby there for the clear off the sidewall. 2.5 minutes left here. 1-1 in game 3. 1-1 and series 1-1 here. Trash looking to change that, make a name for himself. Reaper does not care, though. Also right over his head. Kixby trying to find a pass over to Wit, as he so loves to do. It will not connect. Crimsix over to Stewie. Stewie with the fake, but he cannot get back to the shot angle.
Yeah, Crimsix trying to do anything to keep that on the offensive side, not able to get that done. Trash is trying to maintain pressure, not able to. Stu's going to get a huge clear all the way to the back. Bubbly's going to have to go all the way back to his back wall. Does get it around Crimsix. Stewie's challenge, not able to make pressure right there. Trash just on low boost. 0 from Stewie. Trash. Crimsix with the only one on boost with the back wall. And Bubbly looking for his bumps on the back wall. We've seen him do that a ton so far. But so far, we haven't seen those passes back into the midfield backwards to a teammate. Everything's just been kind of looking for the back wall, and they haven't found any luck so far. Maybe Bubbly will look for one. No dice off the back wall. Still a little too wide from Kixby. And Trash looking for a low 50. Back to Stu, and Whitlock already back there ready to go.
Yeah, Brainerd, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. They kind of just got away with murder there. Sending 2 on the aerial bump is a little crazy work, but they did get bailed out. Nothing came their way as a result. 45 seconds, though, here in game 3. Kixby with a chip shot. Making Green Bay use a lot of their ever so needed boost. Whitlock with the fake. Stewie reading it quickly, though. Kixby demo Stu has a little bit of time, but Crimsix pushing up fast. Kixby with the bump on 1. Whitlock up to Kixby. Stewie will be there, but the clear is not enough. As Whitlock gets 1, looks for 2. Kixby trash into the midfield. Bubbly turns up too fast, though. Is this on? And Stewie gives Green Bay the go-ahead goal with 14 off of a clanger.
Snipes that one all the way from midfield. Just a little bit too far up from Bubbly. Reaper all the way. All 3 players were in the offensive half. Not the ideal thing if you've got the balls slinging back and forth into the midfield. Someone is going to pick that off, but no way! Kixby is going to be able to skim that off the top of his car. Just gets it around Crimsix.
I mean, what a touch from Kixby. It didn't even have to bounce or anything. It just went straight in, a little doink off the dome, and just like that, that goal doesn't even matter. It's basically 0-0 here in game 3. Whitlock with a 50 off the backboard. Might as well send the house here, try to get something with 0 seconds left in the Green Bay offensive zone. They have done it before. Whitlock and Kixby, I believe, scored a 0 second earlier, but would need to double check. Kixby, this will hit the ground.
Going overtime, game 3. So far, I'm not sure who really has the advantage. Both sides have just taken advantage of mistakes and just looking for niche little mechanics that'll just give them a slight advantage when it comes to offense, but nobody's made really anything crazy so far. This one nearly goes in off from the ceiling, but Whitlock's on low boost. Pass gets pinched back to Trash. Kixby's gonna read it. Nobody back right now. Stewie's gonna have to dive. Same with Trash. Crimsix finds a little bit of boost. Maybe they'll be able to work a play out here. Pinched off. Bubbly is just ready for pinch out, and nobody from Green Bay able to follow up on a potential pass. Bubbly trying to find an angle. That one looked like it had the potential to make it work. Kixby just doesn't have enough to get it over to Whitlock quick enough. And 2 players back from victory are just going to be able to hold it, but Trash finding the slot in the bottom right corner.
Yeah, I mean, what a heads-up play by Stewie. Can't do anything with the ball anymore, so might as well do something with the goaltender. Kixby, I mean, when you're getting, you know, used and abused in the backfield, there ain't much you can do to get to the ball. And Green Bay, despite what I was assuming walking into this, taking the series up 2-1 right now. This kind of back and forth early series is kind of what we've seen for most of the Prem bracket today, actually. Also, for those wondering, this is the final semifinal match. Well, I say final like it's not one of 2, but the second semifinal match for today. So the winner of this will play against the Inferno, who are on fire. So we will see who comes out on top of this one. But yeah, I mean, Green Bay is doing a very, very good job. After game 1, they've done a very good job of locking down their defense. Brainerd got away with a lot of silly things that should not really have gone in. That's not one of them, though. Whitlock with a crazy play, putting it right over, I think, all 3 Green Bay defenders. Yes. Putting it left side. Not much Crimsix can do to get to it. Someone's just got to put a hand up and pray. But 10 seconds in, Brainerd already looking frustrated that they lost that last game.
Yeah, they're trying to make everything happen, and already a mistake nearly costs Green Bay a second goal. But Crimsix just had enough to get back to it. But we're starting to see mistakes come out of Green Bay here, almost giving up an open net. 2 players going up for the same aerial and just costing their offensive possession going awry way too early. Mistouch by Trash. No, it's not going to be taken advantage of. But Crimsix is looking for a double, doesn't find it. Trash putting it back over the wall. Crimsix finding the angle off the post in.
These weird corner angles, especially with, I'm pretty sure Crimsix has been involved in all of them, whether it's a pass or a shot. But these corner angles off the posts and whatnot are kind of Green Bay's bread and butter, which sucks if you're Brainerd, because these boys love to put it in their corners. But we'll see if Green Bay can keep capitalizing on those. But I want to say that's like 3 or 4 goals taking place in Brainerd corners, which is not really a saying that you hear a lot. Usually you shoot from the midfield, but I guess Green Bay is just built different. But Stewie over to Trash. Defense from Bubbly, looking like there's much left to be desired. Whitlock, though, he'll dazzle you. Couldn't get it. Trash, I don't know if catching it was the best idea. 50 with Bubbly in the midfield. Crimsix, though, off the sidewall, looking for 2. Does not get the pass back to Stu. Starting to become a poet with these rhymes, these bars, if you will. Stewie gonna collect off the sidewall, bounces too far out, gets bumped by Bubbly. Crimsix off the sidewall. What a crazy psycho. Stewie the backboard 50 into the midfield. Crimsix looking a little awkward here. Green Bay offense kind of needs to just regenerate and regroup. Trash gets bumped, and the ball just floats kind of towards the net here. 3 minutes left. 1-1. The next goal will change the course of this game here. Trash chipping it over to Crimsix, who wants to get it midfield for Stewie. Stewie unintentionally sniping Bubbly, though, as he flies across the net. Trash and Bubbly into the sidewall. Whitlock collecting into the corner. Not the greatest collect, though. Trash popping it, but it does go off the backboard. Bubbly Reaper there for the clear. This could be an offensive push here for Brainerd. Kixby collecting the clear from Stu. Gets 1 reset, past 1. Crimsix, though, able to get it as a second man. Whitlock. Crimsix there as the midfield blocker. Green Bay really increasing the offense and midfield play as they try to put Brainerd on match point here.
Doing everything they can so far. I don't believe Victory has had hardly any offensive pressure so far. They've had a few opportunities to try and make something work, but they haven't had it for very long. It's been on their half almost this entire game. Whitlock's got the opportunity, picks it up, but doesn't have anything, and it looks like they're just now finally able to build up something. But Stu's already there. Trash has all the time in the world, gonna take this off the wall. Manages to keep it away, but a little too awkward off of the bump. Whitlock's gonna be a little too wide. Crimsix is gonna have this one, opts to not take the boost. Trash does instead, so now Crimsix has to go and find anything he can as it gets banged all the way back onto his back wall. And now Stu taking possession, just not able to get back to find traction on the wall, and starting to develop a bit of a midfield battle, but no one's able to take control so far. Green Bay can't clear it. Victory can't find each other in the midfield. Opportunity comes out here. Crimsix just there in time. Whitlock's got no boost, easily gets it around him. Gets demoed for his efforts. Trash trying to take it away, but Whitlock gets it around his own teammate. Trash, I've been saying his name quite a bit. Bubbly gets it banged all the way to Crimsix. Not able to get back up to it. Kixby on 0. And I feel like that's just been the name of the game so far. Boost control has not been in Brainerd's favor too often, and it's just every time they do have it, it doesn't last for very long.
Yeah, it's not really helpful when you're playing a team like the Green Bay roster where they really just keep it in your side. Your corner boosts only regenerate every so often, so if you're constantly having to sit in your own corner, you're going to be picking up some pennies and hoping that they're going to take what you can't, or excuse me, refuel what you can't off the corners. But 5 seconds left. We might be seeing yet another OT here in game 4. As a reminder, Green Bay is up 2-1 in the series, so taking this would be massive, putting victory on match point here. Crimsix trying to get a little collect play, gets it slightly past one, but 50 does come out. Pixby, Whitlock with 0 boost. Trash there for the clear. Is anyone there to follow it up into the corner? Trash will take it himself. Pixby bringing it downfield. Crimsix not going to be able to do too much with this with 0 boost, but controls it rather effortlessly. Popping into the midfield now. Trash the read. Is this on target? Whitlock there for the clear out. Even if it was, Kixby running interference. Fantastic placement. Almost a Rule 1. I think Kixby might have bailed out of it. We'll see if that comes to bite him in the ass with the Rocket League gods. But Stewie, oh, the bump from Trash almost connected. Stewie with the shot. Sent wide. Number 6. Intercepted by Bubbly. Bubbly slowing it down a little bit. Kixby. Past 1. Trash. A little bit of time. No boost now, though. They get beat out by Stewie on the speed. Bubbly there, though. Crimsix last back. Trash me bumping Bubbly to give him a little bit of breathing room on defense. Stewie, though, can't get the shot on target. Potential turning point here for Brainerd. Trash, there's a double demo in the midfield with Stewie and Whitlock. Even the Brainerd defense in kind of a regroup stage here. Whitlock, though, fresh off the demo. Trying to get it past Stewie, and this is becoming a war of attrition here. Minute 40 into OT.
Yeah, a war of attrition right here. Nobody's had an advantage. Nobody's had any real opportunities so far. I believe Green Bay might have had one. Trash looking for it again, but 2 players already back. They got to find a way to work it around. And Crimsix nearly finds the top left corner all the way from the right side, but not able to do it. And now they're back on defense yet again. Stewie not able to find it up. Again, 2 players back from Brainerd at all times. Not able to find a single crack in this defense yet. Kixby looking it up for the top. Stewie picking it off just way too quickly for Brainerd to respond. Whitlock's going to have an opportunity here, but no boost, so he's not able to make a play with it. No resets coming out. Crimsix also low. It seems like every time they've really got an offensive chance, the player with the ball has maybe 10 to 20 in their name and not able to take enough of an advantage out of it. 0 looked across the board so far, and Trash having to go all the way back off. They haven't really been able to build anything from the offensive half as Stewie tries to get one. It's just always been all the way from your backboard, hope somebody has boost and somebody misses. They got to find a way to push it into the mid, find those diagonals. They've had those diagonal passes across several times. That one just barely doesn't get through, but just every time nobody is there for it. Stewie with a save, and this one's gonna get by after almost 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's, I mean, 8.5 minute game is one of them. Yeah, I mean, Brainerd just peppering the net over and over. One of them is bound to drop for you. Not gonna lie, I definitely thought Green Bay was gonna take that one. Excuse me, Brainerd just kind of looked like they were playing on their heels and too passive the whole time, but turns out all you need is one lucky break in OT, and really all you need. So that will be 2-2 though. Neutralizing that Green Bay 1 game advantage here. Now we're just playing a best of 3, basically, is what we're doing. So but yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, Green Bay is putting up a lot more of a fight than I thought they were going to. I'll be completely honest with you. But yeah, Brainerd just kind of ramping up the offense.
Yeah, they've ramped up the offense just a little bit, but I think it's also mistakes coming out of Green Bay. They've had the diagonals. I've seen people looking for the cross for the diagonal pass to opposite ends, and somebody's usually been there, but for most cases, they're turning back too early, bailing on it, and thinking maybe somebody's there, and they're gonna get put off their rotations. And I think that's been a mistake so far. If they have that person stay up there, it's been open quite a bit. Maybe if they lock in on that just a little bit, they'll be able to find something, maybe find that third pass lane open in the middle, and might see something poke out. But we'll have to see here in game number 4.
Brash banging it upfield here. Whitlock having to collect over to Bubbly Reaper. Kixby hopping off the sidewall. Bubbly Reaper looking for a bump on Crimsix. It will not connect. Whitlock, though, for the Kixby. Intercepted by Green Bay, who can't seem to find the backboard very easily. And this one, Kixby, shot on, rejected by Trash. Killed for his defensive efforts, though. Stewie, past 1. Pass 2 with the bump. Is anyone there for the follow-up? And Whitlock will clear it out. But it's sent back in by Crimsix. Shot opportunity denied by Brainerd. Oh, what a demo from Whitlock. But Bubbly Reaper just a little bit too awkward after the smoke screen to really do anything about it. Kixby increasing some offense now. Gets almost a bump on Stu, but it will be cleared out. Trash with a shot on target from the corner again, as we do know he loves to do. Crimsix upfield to Trash. Will not reach. Bubbly Reaper now. Gonna collect it on the wall. Looking too awkward for his own good. Whitlock, though, likes to see these happen. Down to Bubbly Reaper. This will bounce out. Trash with a read. Clearing it out further than necessary, but a good clear nonetheless. Whitlock, empty by Stewie off the corner, gets an extra touch that he probably didn't want to get, but Trash there for the follow-up. This could be a pass midfield. It will be, but Kixby off the corner for the read. Little over half of the game remaining, as Kixby trying to get something here for Brainerd, but no! The Green Bay counterattack unsuccessful off the crossbar.
Nearly had it right there. That was probably the best opportunity they were going to get for most of this game. And that was the closest opportunity either team has had so far. All they had to do was put it about a few inches lower, and that probably would have gone bar in. Another opportunity here. Trash just gets blocked on the line. You got to find a way to work that defense out of the net. Try to find those open goals where you can. Stu trying to put it off the right side, but he's going to have to go back for it himself, and then back on low boost again. It's going to be a slow developing play, which Whitlock reads it way too easily. And I feel like that's just been the woes of both teams. That first guy that does not have enough boost to develop the play quick enough, and the defense can just easily read it before anybody else can.
Yeah, we are kind of a bit of a stalemate here. Ooh, an unfortunate whiff in the midfield by Green Bay leaves an opportunity here for Brainerd, and they will convert it. As I'm talking about this game being a stalemate, they immediately shut me up, abusing the defensive error from Green Bay in the midfield. Kind of flipped the script a little bit on this series score. So 1.5 minutes left in this game, 1-0, still anybody's game. We've seen these games go horribly wrong for teams already today. Whitlock, unfortunately, can't get the shot on target because Bubbly Reaper is in his way. Trash can't get the touch. Kisses Stewie in the offensive zone. Is this on target? The pinch from Kixby just high. Off target. Kixby with 0 boost cannot challenge Trash, and he gets a free pass over to Crimsix. Kixby, though, off the backboard. This is what we've seen from these teams today, is this transition offense giving them goals. Trash there for the save, though. Crimsix gets a pop, but it's right to Whitlock, and he gets the fake 50 on Stu. The aura dunk, giving them a 2-0 Oh, you hate to see it, Stewie. But you love to see the rubber ducky. 2-0 lead here in Game 5 against Green Bay. Victory coming in clutch.
Yeah, Brainerd's coming in clutch right here. Kixby looking for a third one off the wall. Not going to find it, but I believe Green Bay's just made way too many mistakes. They're not able to respond to the defense. Maybe the demo attempts are just hurting them way more than we think. Kixby's now has a potential right here, not able to get much. Crim6 back to Whitlock and just goes too wide. Stewie looking for a big clear downfield. He's going to be left wide open right here. It's Trash faking out the offense. But with 8 seconds left, it's either going to have to be a goal right now, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And we're going to go to Game 6 with Brainerd on match point.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of predicted it. I didn't think it was going to be this long of a series. I won't lie. I know that, they're a super good team, but I thought that they would close it out, quicker. But obviously, still some time to be played. I don't think we will see a timeout, but timeouts are available. Both teams get one video. All right, there we go. They have been notified, so we'll see if they call it. Obviously, Stewie knows about them, so looks like they aren't going to call. But yeah, I mean, if you're Green Bay, it just seems like you can get things going, but they just kind of die midfield, in my opinion. They did have a couple good angles, but most of them, like there was one off the crossbar that would have been a game changer, tying it up 1-1, I believe. But just missed opportunities here for Green Bay that we'll see if they can clean them up in this next game.
Yeah, I did see them try the cross pass into the middle, and it worked. They had a really hard shot that just placed a little bit better, maybe down to the bottom left. Probably would have gone in, but again, they've only try it maybe once a game, and that's when they build the offense. That's when they build their chances, and they're only attempting that once per game, and it's really limiting them on how well they can perform. But this one's going to be started off very quickly off the backboard. Kixby kicking it off with Brainerd's first goal of Game 6.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's been the show today. All these teams, scoring early goals. They want to get their team out there. They want to be able to play a little bit less stressed here. And Brainerd's been doing it very well. I think they scored early 2 games ago, or no, the one before that even, I forget. But it was one where Brainerd just kind of controlled, and it was just because they scored early and carried the lead out. But 4.5 minutes, plenty of game time here. Stewie gonna get a pass midfield, opts for the shot, actually. Kixby collecting it off the backboard. But therefore the challenge. Crimsdick's gonna kill a man in net. Turns for the shot. Whitlock is there for the clear, and a fantastic save from Kixby off of a Stewie angle in the corner. Just passing down to Crimsdicks. Doesn't get the greatest first touch, but will get the collect. Kixby popping it past him. Whitlock, though, the nice little fake chow. The defense for Green Bay, anything but comfortable. Bubbly Reaper and Whitlock moving upfield. Bubbly looking for the the bump on Crimsix, but it just won't connect. Bubbly trying to get a touch. Stewie intercepts. Doesn't really get to do anything with it, though. Trash off the corner. Kixby popping it up for Whitlock. This is the duo. Crimsix there for the clear. Again, Green Bay will need a goal sooner rather than later. Kixby looking a little awkward in the corner. Trash, though. It's it under Kixby. A little minor touch upfield. Kixby Whitlock. Presented midfield by Stu to Trash. Whitlock living up to his name because the net stacker is there for the save. Whitlock gonna turn, try to get some transition offense going, and it's off with the double save from Green Bay, keeping themselves at a 1-goal deficit. Oh my God. Oh, the aura of Green Bay right now with the defensive plays into the transition offense, into the redirect pass midfield. It's all coming together for Stu and the rest of his team.
Yeah, it's starting to come together. They're playing so much better at speed. They're banging it corner to corner, side to side. They're finding those passes mid that I've been talking about this whole series. They're starting to pull off way more of those, and it's creating those opportunities. It's speeding up the pace of play, and that has been to Green Bay's benefit so far this whole game. It looks like they've had maybe a little bit more control, a little bit more ability to read the ball where they can, and they're able to respond just better in kind. Crimsix just doesn't have the angle directly on it and gets a little bit away from him. Kixby putting it back in the middle, faking it for Stewie, and Whitlock's going to read it, placed straight at him. Crimsix looking off the backboard. Bubbly's going to have to get up to it, makes a missed touch. Kixby just a little bit too quick. Stewie trying to find a middle again. Whitlock's going to read him out. And same back to the side. Nobody on Green Bay has any boost. Just try to hold off as long as they can. Trash putting it back the other way. Bubbly just barely makes contact, just enough to keep it out. Pinched all the way back in net. Some Trash is going to have to make a play on this. Whitlock directly back to Trash, but again, 3 boosts. You've got to make one quick play. Crimsix looking for the top right corner. 2 players come together for the save. Stewie looking for his own, and it's just mounting pressure right now in the favor of Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, Green Bay has really upped their game in terms of the offense and midfield possession. They are not doing these air dribble solo play nonsense plays. They're looking for passes midfield, trying to slot it top bins, get something going, conserve their boost for one. It doesn't take a whole lot of boost to pass it midfield. Little triple commit on the defense coming out from Brainerd, leaving them with basically no boost. Trash from Crimsix puts it top right, just out. Kixby, though, doesn't have an angle. Will need a reset. 50 by Stewie. Crimsix. Intercepted by Whitlock. Whitlock with a 50, but Trash moving up the sidewall. A little miscommunication between Stewie and Trash, though, leaves it really awkwardly in the Green Bay half. Crimsix there for the save on the shot from Kixby. 30 seconds left in this lovely game 6 here. Victory again on match point. So Green Bay will need to find something either here or in OT if we reach it, but 10 seconds left in this game. Burley Reaper over to Whitlock. Cannot get another touch. Crimsix oh no, Kixby looked like he was gonna go for some kind of a double tap, but cannot get the first touch to pop.
Yeah, doesn't get the first touch, but they have a good kickoff so far here for overtime. Doesn't end up working out how they would have liked it to. Bubbly gets a touch out. Stewie with enough boost to try and respond. Kixby's got full boost, too high of a bounce. Trash just banging this one back. Easy save by Whitlock. Stu trying to find something back in the middle. Not going to find it. Whitlock putting this one back in the middle. Nobody responds out of Green Bay. All the way, a double commit comes out on the backboard, but there's so much space on this left half of the field that nobody's going to get back to it. Stewie trying to maintain a little bit of pressure, but nobody on his team is up far enough.
Oh.
Demo comes out from Stewie, and we're going to game 7.
Oh my God. I mean, they've scored so many goals like this too. Stewie making a play and then just, eliminating the goaltender. Thank God that he didn't let the ball go a little bit further, or that might have gone right off Stewie's dome. But we are going to 7. Crimsix is taking a timeout to go to the bathroom. So we will be waiting a little bit for this next game. But I mean, yeah, what a series. It kind of started off as these series of, of matches where it would start off close and then one team would kind of break down and then the other one would, and it just would kind of go back and forth. But now it's just kind of like we're seeing 1-2 goal games and in OT. So definitely a little bit of a closer matchup here as we go farther.
Yeah, that definitely looked like a well put together game from Green Bay. It didn't look that threatening for the most part. Like, only, I mean, they had quite a few shots, pretty much the same shot numbers, maybe a difference of 2, but they looked really strong. They looked like they were able to respond to pretty much everything and just throw Brainerd a little bit far off of their rotations, made them a little bit more uncomfortable, and it was just enough to find that last goal in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of seem like I mean, I bet they're exhausted. Like these teams, luckily because of the way that the schedule worked out for them, they played their round 1 and then they didn't have to play this for 2 hours, or I guess technically 1 hour because their series in round 1 lasts about an hour. So they've been kind of practicing or doing whatever they want really for an hour, and then they come in, play this game, and they go all the way to 7, a couple of which are OT. Whereas they'll be playing the Burnsville Inferno, who are kind of on a heater for this week 2 single elim bracket. But they don't. I mean, they haven't played in a while. Like they played at 2:30, 1-5, and then like they've been sitting here for a while. So it'll be interesting to see how one of these 2 exhausted teams are gonna fare against the upcoming Inferno, who have been eating a sandwich for the last hour. But Crimsix and Stu gonna get some early pressure here for Green Bay, as we do know they love to get those early goals. Crimsix off the sidewall gets 1, gets 2. Whitlock, though, doesn't get the greatest touch, but it is cleared out by Reaper. Stewie pushing it up. Kixby there for the read. Stewie leaving the boost for his teammate. I do like to see that. Trash utilizing it well, clearing it upfield. Whitlock, 50 with the Crimson, says, we'll go midfield. Is anybody from Green Bay there? Forces a double commit out of Brainerd. Trash. Deliver 4 minutes left. Already a fifth of this game gone. Kixby's gonna hit it, but will someone go up? Crimsix is there. Whitlock, though, doesn't get the best read on the ball. Just wide, and there's another corner angle from Trash and Stewie and company, and unfortunately it doesn't go. Green Bay has been just so close to almost getting these goals, and it's starting to kind of bite them here in Game 7.
It's just starting to bite them a little bit. I mean, it looks like whoever's going to have the momentum rolling is going to take it away, but Green Bay has made a lot of mistakes so far. The ball's going back towards their net quite often. They haven't really responded too well, haven't had really too much of an offensive push either. Stewie's on 0, it looks like, just manages to find a full pad. Trash goes down, and then Kixby has the opportunity, but Stu taking it away, still holding on to it a little bit. Maybe this could turn into an opportunity, but Whitlock trying to clear it away. Crimsix looking for a low boost 50. Trash not able to find it, gets demoed by Whitlock. This one's going to go back in the middle. The low touch by Stewie, saving it away at the last minute. Crimsix with a full pad of boost, gets around 1, 2, and double taps it in.
I mean, hell of a play from Crimsix. I said that they were going back to their passing plays, but sometimes if you got a full tank of boost in a dream and no teammates upfield, go for the solo plays. Plus, the aura of getting it over all 3 defenders as the supposed third man on this team is kind of a flex here in a Game 7 Major 2 semifinal. But Trash with a phenomenal pinch. Stewie, and I anticipate this midfield. Get the touch. Kixby now doesn't get the most controlling angle, but Reaper is there for the clanger. What a save from Trash as they try to hold off any aftershocks here from Brainerd. Kixby off the backboard looking for 2, but it does outrun him. Whitlock, though, able to get it. Like they're trying to drop it down for Bubbly. He does get the pass off, but oh, a double whiff from Green Bay, but Kixby wasn't expecting it. Oh no! Whitlock puts it on target and Kixby falls on top of it. Hopefully nothing horrible will come of that, but Crimsix popping it over. Bubbly gets the 50 on it. Kixby dead. No one will be back. And yeah, this is kind of Green Bay running this show now.
Yeah, that one had to hurt for Brainerd. They had so many opportunities. Ball was hanging right there. Bubbly again. Another missed opportunity. Missed by Kixby. They've got the offensive pressure. They've got the clear shots, able to do it. And they just haven't been able to find the back of the net. Stewie taking one. Crimsix following it up. And now this one hasn't gotten out of hand yet, but if you are Brainerd, you've got to find a way to put something on target and not fall back onto the ball in front of your own teammate's shot.
Yeah, I think the I don't know, man. I think that offensive Brainerd unfortunate circumstance might have thrown them way out of position. They kind of threw the house in to get that on target, and then no one ended up being back. But Brainerd, you know, they've scored goals in under a minute, so we'll see if they can bring it back. But yes, this is Game 7, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of this will be playing Inferno, who is on a heater, but cannot count out Brainerd in this series yet. Stewie and Trash both up. Now you can kind of beg the question, but yeah, fantastic angle from Stewie. Just the confidence out of Crimsix to pop at midfield, and then Stewie reading it effortlessly, making it 3-0 Green Bay.
Yeah, and that one is likely going to be the dagger. That offensive stint with the ball just going back and forth, just pounding the back of the net, or the back wall as well, was just, I feel like that might have broken them just a little bit out of Brainerd. Like, they had the opportunities, and then seeing all of those go flat, knowing they should have at least scored 2 of those, it probably just, it's demoralizing to see. It's demoralizing to feel as well, knowing you had the opportunities, but with 12 seconds left, Brainerd is not going out without a fight, putting up a goal of their own. It's still technically possible. We have seen more than one kickoff goal go on back to back.
We've seen it happen to Green Bay when they played oh man, what was it? It was or no, excuse me, not Green Bay, Victory. They were a bunch of kickoff goals in their first series against Bemidji, and unfortunately that will not be happening for them in this series, as Green Bay kind of flipping a 180 on their last week's play, taking it 4-3 here in the bottom semifinal. So they will be playing the Burnsville Inferno. Supposed to be right now, but that obviously that series went a tad bit long. But because of that, Brainerd will be locked in at the 3 seed. They needed to win the major to make it to the 2. So now seeds are locked. Actually, I missed. Yes, they are locked. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. They are locked. Confirmed. Ransom Math and Inferno cannot beat out the 3 seed as Minneapolis now, even if they win. So that will be that. Anything you want to share Well, welcome back. Breaking news. We will not have a final game. I know this is going to be really, really fun for people on stream that waited because I told them we had a finals game, but Burnsville's actually going to be FFing, and this sounds dumb because it is, but it's the truth. So I'm gonna put it in here right now. Green Bay 4-0. Green Bay major champs. Woohoo! Um, what a series. So in all seriousness, this is an FF. I'm not joking. I promise. Um, long story short, the Burnsville roster has, I believe, RLCS quals. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Um,
I believe it's day 2 for
Okay.
RLCS.
So but yeah. So here, congrats, Stewie, on the Major 2 victory. So yeah, shout out Wesley. And yeah, I mean, you guys played a hell of a game. And I mean, they had you in, in game 4, but it is what it is. So just a quick recap. I'm not gonna waste too much time on stream. Unfortunately, this is how it's going to end. But quick recap. I don't know if we have a graphic for the bracket ready to show, but that's okay. I'm also receiving info that Green Bay beat Burnsville in the regular season, so they are by default the de facto champions. So shout out Stewie and company. But the brackets will be updated shortly. That'll probably be AK's doing. I don't know how he has it set up in the back end. Otherwise, I would show you guys right now. But pretty sure the only changes are that Outlaws will be out alongside Fargo, leaving the rest qualifying for LAN. The two major changes from today are the Inferno. It's just them, actually. If Victory won out today, they would have taken down Minneapolis for that 2 seed spot. And Inferno, chasing Victory, moved up from 5 to 4. I think there's some other ones maybe pending, but those are the most important. But everyone but Fargo and Kansas City Outlaws will be qualifying for LAN and playing on the big stage. You get to meet me. It's a pretty cool experience, LAN. So looking forward to meeting everybody there. MVP and everything, just like the previous divisions on Thursday and yesterday. Sorry again, everyone, for the scuffed stream kind of changeover yesterday. MVP and everything will be done later. I will not be announcing that right now. And groups and everything will happen later as well. So sorry for the kind of blue ball ending that I gave you guys. But Sauce, do you have anything that you want to share?
I was expecting to cast 2 games today, and looks like I got scammed.
Yeah, I was expecting to have to cast 4, and honestly, luckily I got scammed because my voice is kind of chopped. But yeah, I don't wanna just yap on stream for people. But that is Major 2 concluded. Green Bay are your Major 2 champions. Despite what they might have looked like week 1, but more information will be out from the admins soon regarding LAN. Please roll up. I'm going. I didn't even qualify. I'd love to meet everybody. I'm new. So please let me meet you. Let's have a good time at LAN in just under a month and enjoy this little pseudo break. So thank you all for watching, and I will see hopefully most of you in a little under a month. Thank you.
This feels a little too perfect how we are now. You think I throw a little caution, but I don't want this to change. Been waiting too long for a moment like this. Said that you won't leave, better off with me. The kind of feeling I can't explain. Like how it feels drenched in the moonlight. Like how it feels under the stars. A step out of bounds with our own plight. A push towards the peace in the hearts. If it rains down all on us, drown out the noise, and I'll trust the mirror, mirror on the wall. Is it fair to watch me fall, broken up in pieces? Can you see me bleeding? Mirror, mirror, tell me please, if these broken memories are enough to break free. Will it fix us slowly? Each day I'm moving along with what fits best for taking me forward and back. It all I know still leads right through to the start of the end, where the past can't chase us. You should stay for a while, disregard all the miles. If it's you and I will be okay. Like how it feels drenched in the moonlight. Like how it feels under the stars. A step out of bounds with our own plight. A push towards the peace in the heart.